sports media big steppers. Dan Hicken.
You know it!
Jeff Prosser.
It's a big deal.
Gosh, it sure is a big deal.
And E to the T.
E.T. is in the booth.
Yeah, rise and shine, Goog. It's go time. Sure. Yeah. Thank you. Start this morning. Special shout out to Billy Napier. Record setting. He made history. It's the first hour and 45-minute football season of my lifetime, at least. I can't remember when college football season ended at like 5:45 on August 31st, but a tip of the cap, my friend. You've managed to pull it off. If misery loves company, I need a few people for me here this morning. If misery loves company. First, can you give me FSU dog poop guy? Remember this genius? Remember that guy? 321 Noel? Gibby, good morning, friend.
Good morning, man. What a weekend.
Yeah, that's
in not a good way.
That's one word for it. And whoa, man, it's going to get attacked from everything. I'll give you what you paid for, ladies and gentlemen. Don't worry. I'll build into a lather. I can't. I'll try not to, but you'll get what you paid for. Stick around. 321 Noel, though, made a bold proclamation on Twitter late last week. Something to the effect, Gibby, of I'm not on Twitter. It's because of this filth that I'm not. What did 321 Noel say just a few days ago, Gibby?
So he said that if Florida State loses to Boston College this weekend, I will eat dog bleep out of a red Solo cup with a spoon and post a video of me doing it. Oof. Book it, he said.
Yeah, if you're wondering how 321 Noel is doing this morning, I don't know. He's right now witness protection. He's deleted that Twitter account that promised such Solo cup.
Yeah, if you try to search 321 Noel on Twitter, it says something went wrong.
Sure it did. Something went wrong, all right.
Something went very wrong.
It's called salmonella, I believe, is the official word for it. So, yeah, so you can bring me him this morning. Misery loves company. How about Tyler from Spartanburg? Can we get a shout-out to Tyler from Spartanburg? His Clemson Tigers, he's going to have some tough questions for Dabo this weekend. Like, Coach, did we stop trying? Georgia, man, just put it on Clemson like some sort of, Mississippi State afterthought. So, yeah, misery loves. Hokey high. Where's the cat this morning? I thought Virginia Tech's supposed to be good again. You went to Vandy. That's Vandy, the former doormat of the SEC, and lost in overtime on the road. So you got company. I said former doormat, by the way. The worst team in the Southeastern Conference is, drum roll, please. Drum roll, the Florida Gators. They're the worst team in the SEC. There's not a worse team in the whole league than the Florida Gators. Congratulations, Billy Napier. More on that in a second. I'll give you what you paid for. Turn our attention back to season over part 2. Oh, my goodness. This is maybe one of the more shocking developments for a football team, a program, from one season to the next. From 1 week to the next. Forget the fact that DJ Throw It Away Way is just that. Oof, average at best. Not going to rescue you from anything. If everything else is going great, DJ Throw It Away Way can keep you around and win you some games along the way. It's not the fact that you're missing Trey Benson and Keon Coleman and Johnny Wilson and NFL skill position talent to the league. Yeah, that's hurting also. Still not enough to be 0-2. No, the shocking reality of 0-2 is the absolute devolvement. I mean, these are proven guys on the offensive and defensive lines. They're just getting chewed up and spit out. Georgia Tech may have shown the game plan. Boston College executed it even better. They ran for 290 on Florida State last night. Jumped on them early, 2 touchdowns. And the Noles never got back in the game. Mike Norvell is at a loss. And at the same time, look in the mirror, man. So FSU trails at half 21-13. They get the ball to start the second half. They get the ball to the 45-yard line, 4th and 5. And, man, this guy goes for it like he's, some lower level trying to spring an upset on the road squad. Punt the ball and play defense, man. Or maybe you just realized already this is going to be NCAA 24 is what we're going to have to play here. I can't punt ever. My defensive line was supposed to be all world. They're terrible. And the season's over for Florida State. It's over in Gainesville. College football barely made it to September 1st for so many of us this year. Find me something. Find me something to grab hold of. I challenge you. In Tallahassee and Gainesville, find me anything. We have perhaps the most star-studded, guest-laden whopper of a radio program today. We all confirmed on our...
Yes, we are.
Okay.
And we're supposed to get, fingers crossed, Jamie French today, the Mandarin wide receiver that just committed to Texas.
Just because. Oh, yeah, because of the high school report.
Right. 9 o'clock.
So here's what we got today, gang. We got Tony Baselli. We have Fred Taylor. Jaguars open the season this week. Obviously, Fred will weigh in a little bit on the state of things in Gainesville. It's atrocious. It's an absolute It is. I'll save it. Get what you paid for next segment when we come back.
And Chris Doring.
I'm not done. I was just getting started.
Yeah.
The Doring report will, focus exclusively on the dumpster fire that Billy Napier is now leaving the University of Florida with when he does. Just an absolute dumpster fire. It's the worst the program's ever been. I can't help myself trying to save it. University of Florida right now is the worst it's ever been in its history. Facts. Times change, standards change, how you base it, what you do. I mean, you can use whatever standard. I've been around long enough. I went to University of Florida almost 40 years ago. At least that much working knowledge. I'll trust my history and the eye test going back from there. But we're already without 3 consecutive losing seasons. Now it's going to be 4. This joker's about to go 3-9. Apologies to anybody who took the over 4.5. So dead wrong on that one. They're terrible. They're the worst they've ever been. Next, who is it? And this isn't a call for what Captain Obvious would be calling for Billy Napier's head today. Yeah, duh, no kidding. Don't have to do that. It's more about who they get. Who's next? I don't care. We spend the next 10 weeks. The coaching job in there deserves that to be. The fan base in Florida deserves something. There's something to talk about, look forward to, find some sort of glimmer of hope. Old, Dewey Doom down there has absolutely shuttered things, killed the program. University of Florida football right now is dead. No heartbeat. No, Dr. Death got him, boy. Well, I know his fault. Wasn't malicious. Sure, he means well. Awful coaching. Just awful. Just an embarrassing display. Honestly. Unhireable. At any level. I don't want him on a middle school team. And the examples are so overabundant. And I mean, do you even want to hear from the guy, Gator fans? You want to hear what was said Saturday? And first of all, tip of the cap, credit to Miami. That's how you do it. Listen, just another measuring stick. Again, I don't have a list. It's in my head. I got a laundry list. Check, 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 check. But is that what we need to do? Need a status report? The body's cold, man. I mean, dead's dead. We got 1,000 different ways. Every angle of how it died and what's next. Big what's next. We're headed, Gator Nation, for a miserable season. Billy Napier has driven us into the freaking ground. That was embarrassing Saturday, especially after all the blah, blah, blah. Before I hear you before I play what Billy Napier said after this embarrassing, humiliating, guy can't take the top off a water bottle. That's the kind of day it was. Still trying to get that water bottle. Still trying to get a sip of water down there in Gainesville. But there are just so many measuring sticks. But before we play what happened, I'm going to play what he said last Tuesday, whatever day it was, and it pierced to me on Friday. I had to play it a couple times during the course of the show. You're making a lot of statements of fact here as if they've occurred already. A little revisit of that. You'll hear Mike Norvell, who's the curtain is also down on that football. That team's headed for 6-6 at best. That de-escalated quickly, huh? And a lot more college football talk. Again, we got brunch with the tour today. We're going to wrap up the Scotty Scheffler show that was 2024 and the history that Scheffler made this year. And he joined a list that really is Tiger Woods exclusive. That's winning at least 7 times in a PGA Tour season and the massive payday that Scheffler took home for his great year. And you heard Gibby mention the Law High School report, hopefully visiting with, I'd say, the most highlighted local prospect, right? I mean,
yeah, he's a 5-star.
You know, we'll see, but it's a 5-star who's headed now to Texas.
Yep.
His Mandarin football team is off to a terrific start, as you would expect. They're loaded over there as well. So you're up and at 'em with us on the Monday Morning Quarterback. It's divorcemenonly.com. We got a lot of Jaguars talk today, too, gang. We haven't forgotten you. Tuesday, typically an off day for them. And since we all had the holiday yesterday, I will tell you what Doug Peterson is saying when it comes to maybe a little bit of pressure from upstairs. We'll hear that when we return as well. Thanks for being up and at 'em with us. I'm sorry that for such a large portion of the listening audience this morning, our college football seasons are over. Guess we'll just enjoy from a distance. Got to get that Georgia Tech cap. Maybe that's in the truck. You're listening to The Drill on 1010XL, 92.5 FM.
The Drill from the studios at Republic Services. We'll handle it from here.
He's fearless in the face of danger when entering enemy territory.
What is your mission?
Get insights and interviews from Jags beat reporter Hayes Carline when he takes you behind enemy lines. Brought to you by Pella Windows and Doors on 1010XL.
Hi, this is Dale Murray with Murray Automotive Group in Stark and Kingsland. Save yourself from those big city dealers and their fast-talking flim-flam tactics. No matter what your automotive need is, we've got you covered. Ford, Chrysler, Dodge, Jeep, Ram, and nobody beats our prices, and I mean nobody. Shazam! Plus our exclusive 15-year, 150,000-mile warranty included on every qualified vehicle. And we'll trade anything from AirPods to fishing rods. Compare our prices online at ShazamAuto.com. Then come see me, Dale Murray. I'll be waiting for you. Shazam!
Hey, guys, if I told you I'd give you a hotline of better health, give you more energy throughout the day, give you some help with either chronic fatigue or chronic pain, or maybe even with the libido and sex drive. If I told you there was a number you could call and start the process of turning back the clock, would you do it? 619-3609, 619-3609. That's Integra Concierge Medicine. It's a number I call, the appointment, the treatments, energy, fatigue, chronic pain, great sleep at night. Doctor on Demand Paul Busset is there with no wait appointments that always run on schedule. It's hassle-free health care, and it's you getting some stuff back you didn't know, maybe even perhaps that you'd lost. 619-3609, Integra Concierge Medicine. From crippling allergies, libido, chronic fatigue, find the cause, get your hormones in balance, and go to Integra Concierge Medicine. Do it today.
Jimerson Burr is a full-service, Florida-based commercial law firm that has experience and capabilities to handle any legal issue a business is confronted with. Learn more about what they can do for you at jimersonfirm.com.
Make the move to ABS, Advanced Business Solutions, and you won't hear your employees complain about the copier anymore. Instead, you'll hear this. Advanced Business Solutions, your local Xerox dealer.
You've waited patiently, and the wait is almost over. NFL football is back.
That's awesome.
Kickoff week on 1010XL is brought to you by Roland Reach Plumbing, where quality and experience count.
Let the games begin.
If the Florida heat is getting you down and you're sweating up a storm, fire up a phone call to Florida Home AC and order an AC tune-up. It's the best way to beat the heat and keep your AC unit working at peak performance. Log on to FloridaHomeAC.com for their tune-up special and make sure you're primed for the peak of that heat. Florida Home AC, the official AC provider of the Jacksonville Jaguars, and just a phone call away at 777-4300. Order that tune-up today.
This is David Lane. After suffering through several painful injuries to my shoulder, back, and knees, I've taken my issues to Southeast Orthopedic Specialists, and without fail, they've been a tremendous help towards solving my problems. If you have any orthopedic situations, don't procrastinate. Take action today. Give those aches and pains to the pros at Southeast Orthopedic Specialists. You'll be glad you did.
Relieve pain and get back to life. Southeast Orthopedic Specialists.
If you're about to order a floral arrangement for someone you love, then take it from me, 1010XL's JJ LaSalva. Use Kuhn Flowers. That's right, Kuhn Flowers. For over 75 years, Kuhn Flowers gets it done right.
Hey, I'm Tony from Tony D's Pizza. People ask me all day long, is it the water that makes the difference? Well, yes and no. Even water can't make a good pizza. It's the ingredients, too. The best tomatoes, the best flour, and the best cheese. Oh, and a lot of love. Tony D's New York Pizza, Bay Meadows and 295.
SportsForecaster.com has all the data you need to project tomorrow's winners. Register for free and track the performance of all your favorite players and teams, including all your fantasy team picks and prospects. Sports Forecaster has the most detailed player profiles on the web, precise depth charts, every transaction, every injury, every news update. No ranting or raving, no preening or barstool bluster. At SportsForecaster.com, you get the timely info you need for every game. SportsForecaster.com. Sign up for free today.
A Gain Scent Bead story. Jim was at the laundromat when he heard his ear said Maraca, senor, but his nose said, hey, freshest scent ever. Following his nose, Jim found a man pouring a bottle of Gain Scent Beads into the washer. The scent, the freshness. Jim blurted, sir, your scent Maraca smell amazing. Actually, Jim, most noses call them Gain Scent Beads. Try Gain Scent Beads. Way fresher than detergent alone.
Great news, homeowners. Mortgage rates are tanking, and our friends at Loan Pronto have rates start with a 4. Best rate in years, you know that, if you've either been trying to buy or sell. If your current rate is over 6%, dump it now. Lower your house payment big time. Loan Pronto's locked in folks recently at 4.99% APR. There's that 4. Listen, maybe you've just got your loan a week ago, last month, or had it years. It's time to call Loan Pronto, because even if you're in process with another lender, you can stop and call and take advantage. Ask about their zero-cost rate reduction home loan. Lock into a lower rate with no closing costs in a matter of days with almost no paperwork and usually no appraisal. If you act now, you can even skip your next 2 house payments. So call now. Loan Pronto can give you a rate quote in minutes with no hard credit pull and no upfront fees like the other guys. Call 999-1508. It's 999-1508 or go to loanpronto.com.
1010XL is presented by Farah and Farah, exclusive injury law firm of the Jacksonville Jaguars. Protecting you and your family. Call 396-5555. Jacksonville. Now, slow your roll. It's time for Jeff's Gator Growl. Brought to you by Southeast Orthopedic Specialists.
We got to go to work on the football part, and I think we got to become a more consistent team, and we have to execute better. And if we can focus on those things and not necessarily what some guy in his basement saying in rural Central Florida on social media, then we got a chance to get better, right? So I think that's the key.
No basement sitting here behind a microphone, though, there, Coach Billy, and you got bigger issues than anybody in a state that, oh, by the way, has no basements. That cliche is comes so easy, doesn't it? Gibby, go to last week's press conference for me. Find the soundbite that we ran with Billy. It was so alarming to me when I heard it Friday. I ended up playing it for you a couple of times. There's a big flaw in this statement. What false bravado this ended up being as Florida took their beating at the hands of their arch rival. What a great one to lose to, right? Nobody will run it at you like Canes Nation. The players just I typically hate when the opponent does that. I didn't mind it the other day. You tell them, Miami. Tell them. A couple of y'all walk over there to Florida sideline, give the old Gator chomp to Coach Nevermind. So I didn't bother me. Cane Nation, the melting pot of South Florida came into the swamp and drained it. And made Billy Napier look like a damn fool along the way. Yeah, we're growling, all right. But here's what Coach Speak brought us last week, as if we were 4 games into a 4-0 season.
Our football's improved. I think we've got a formula that we kind of subscribe to, and I think that we've improved at taking care of the ball, creating takeaways. I think our fundamentals have improved. I think we have better awareness and knowledge relative to situational football. Gotten to a point where I think we can play fast. Our height, length, and speed can be a factor in the game.
Well, you played your card, buddy, and it was an absolute deuce of clubs. Nice bluff. You wouldn't have lasted 10 minutes in the Old West, Billy. That was bad. That didn't age well. It took about 10. I knew it was. I knew it. I don't have to say anything now about that ridiculous soundbite. I said it Friday. Man, we got an awful lot of, you're checking boxes that ain't been checked yet. I guess we'll find out Saturday. Boy, did we. Faster. Game situations. You came out of a TV timeout and had to call another timeout. You're buttoned up all right, buddy. You sure were. Stronger and faster. Your lines of scrimmage got thrown around like a high school team. Credit Miami. Oh, by the way, Billy, take a good look across the field. See that dude over there coaching Miami? He came to Coral Gables the same year you came to Gainesville. Did you know that? His team was worse. His program was worse than yours when he took over 2 years ago. He just beats you like a drum on your own home field. You have any shame, boss? Here's there is no most distressing thing. The most distressing thing is you got Billy Napier for as long as you have him until there's a new coach. That's the most distressing thing. That's a reality. That's not harsh. That's not hot seat. It's just dead man walking for a full 3 months or however long it takes for this guy to blow games and the university just to be back to a point it can't do anything. But it's starting to resemble a clown operation down there in Gainesville. Haphazardly going through coaches every 3 or 4 years, unable or ill-equipped to hire the right guy. That's all it took, one Saturday afternoon, not even a full one, 5:45, the season ended. So among the points from Saturday's disappointment is they're the same miserable average team on the field. It's the same guys. We're year 3. The program is turned over. Only 11 remain from what he inherited. And I didn't see anything new and excitement, any new player that popped or gets you excited. It's the same old dudes running around. The Boardinghams, the Mertzes and the Montrell Johnsons, the Khalil Jacksons and the Shamar James and the, just down the line, said Tyreek Sapp. They're all the same guys. You're 3 years in, you're playing the University of Miami. You're upticking, you're telling us how much better you are. Nope. The quote, rebuilt defense, this guy is just it's a shell game down there. Distract with one thing and move the P underneath another shell. Defense was going to be better. Oh, really? Yeah, pick up the courtesy green and orange phone. They'll tell you not so much. It's dead, man. It's a broken program. It's broken. Credit to Canes for putting the final axe through the door. Here's Johnny. It's over. Broke it to such disrepair. Now, the beautiful thing is it can turn around really quickly. It can turn around really quickly in Gainesville, but you got to go hire the right guy. You got to pay him. Like you intend to be a football power, not some elite universities of the Southeast, Harvard of the South garbage that none of us here in this mind space care about at least. It was beyond a defeat the other day. It was embarrassing, like literally embarrassed. There's only been a few times in decades that you're literally embarrassed. It was embarrassing. And now there's no lifelines left. There are zero, zip, zilch, no support left. Except for that athletic director that needs to get a firm seat in a slingshot and be shot into the sun. Pew! I'm sorry, Mrs. Strickland. Scotty won't be coming home tonight. Taking a visit to the sun. God bless you, Billy Napier. You got a hell of an opportunity, man. So to you and Mullen and McElwain and Muschamp, you guys got premier opportunities, dude. You have the opportunity to do what Nick Saban did at Alabama, what Kirby Smart's doing at Georgia, what great coaches do in great situations, and you're all just cowards. You just can't handle the job. All of you, after 3 or 4 years, it starts to buckle you. Even if you have a little bit of success, you just can't go over the top. Can we get a guy in Gainesville with some stones, man? Give me some swagger on my sideline. Steve Spurrier is 80 years old. I say this with 100% seriousness. I believe what I'm about to tell you. I believe that Steve Spurrier could come out of the ambassador's box blind and coach this team right now, as it is, to 6 wins. I think 0-1, Steve Spurrier could go 6-6 if he finished the season. Dude down here can't coach. He can't coach a lick. He can't put together a staff that can stop anyone. He can't put together a game plan that can flourish. It looks like what it is, a bottom-of-the-barrel SEC program trying to beat good teams with 3-star talent. Congratulations. You've buried and broken them deeper and in more pieces than I thought was possible. That's a Gator growl. And Sanford comes to town. Good luck, man. I mean, honest to God, I wouldn't put a thing by him. I wouldn't chalk up a win. They beat Sanford. They may go 1-11. They damn well might. They haven't improved a bit. In some cases, they've gotten worse. And now you're gonna what? Look, there's one, whatever, I'll throw it out there. It's going to come up. We can't make it through a morning without it coming. To me, there's one dude out there. There's one coach that checks all the boxes, so start the collusion and the backroom dealing. My apologies to the who can you count ons. It's Lane Kiffin. That's the guy. That's the swagger and the stones to walk it and talk it. And bring it. Apples to apples. This dude wins 10-11 at Ole Miss. Not at Louisiana. Not at Colorado State. Not as somebody else's assistant. Nope. Having to play Bama and LSU, Texas A&M, and, all these teams that Florida can't beat. Having to play them every year and winning 10-11 games. Recruiting better, playing better, ranking better. So that's the answer. I don't know what I don't know what the relationship, if there is one. I don't know. I don't know. But that's the answer to me. It's Lane Kiffin. You pay him whatever you want to step up to the plate with some big boy cash and a contender's mentality and get this bleep straight, man. And now there's a poor, tortured Mike Norvell. I mean, what a disaster that you guys got going over there, huh? Again, misery loves company. And FSU, Florida, in the same sinking ship. Our programs, our coaches have deceived us. We're terrible. And FSU is just as bad. Getting blown out at home, dominated at home, run for 290 yards. Negativity is real, and Mike Norvell can talk all about it. Dealing with it is going to be another matter.
There's going to be plenty of negativity around this program. I understand that. I mean, when you perform the way we just did, that's all part of it. But for a football team, you got to stay together, and you got to make sure that you're there for each other. We've been knocked down, and we know how to get up, but we've got to go do that.
They don't look capable at all. They're just getting pushed around. The skill, talent with no quarterback keying things is as bad as it's looked over there in years. This is the third 0-2 start in 5 years for Mike Norvell. Don't forget, he had like the 3-9 or 3-8, and then he had a 5-7, and then the second half of 22 they call fire. 23 they were amazing, and now all of a sudden they look terrible. Like the same issue, there's no 13-0 to fall back on if you're Gator Nation. But as we sit here on September 3rd, FSU's an abject disaster. Disaster. There's no one right. There's no white. They're all now a fight, boy. Memphis coming in, a fight. At SMU, a fight. Miami, a loss. I mean, it ended. It's ended there, too. We said it was must win. They didn't win. Well, so we must come to that conclusion. All right. Pressure from the boss. When Doug Peterson makes his appearance this morning on the program, Jags getting ready to open this week at Miami. For the love of Pete, sports gods, little G, help me out here, man. My Braves lost 3 out of 4 in a series. It felt like they could have, should have won 3 out of 4. The lead over the Mets in the wild card, a slim half game.
Jags got to bail us out, man.
Yeah, and that's a tough spot. It's a tough spot. So the opening thoughts as the week gets started. Game week number 1 from Doug Peterson, the Jaguars head coach, when we return. Also, a football fix. News and notes around the National Football League. Got issues now in Cincinnati with Jamar Chase. It's official. So that story and more NFL headlines when we return as well. You're up and at 'em with us on the Monday morning quarterback. Let's protecting the rights of men in all family law issues, from custody to child payment agreements, to any and all aspects and issues. You need someone attacking it from your rights, and that is divorcemenonly.com.
The Drill on 1010XL. From the studios of Republic Services, we'll handle it from here.
This is Brent Musburger's Visa in Action update on 1010XL. Brought to you by Duck Duck Rooter Plumbing, Septic, and Air Conditioning. When you're stuck, call the Duck. Proud partner of the Jacksonville Jaguars.
NFL season kicks off Thursday night. Chiefs laying 3 against the Ravens at Arrowhead Stadium. The Jacksonville Jaguars open up Sunday afternoon, Hard Rock Stadium. It's Tua Tagovailoa and the Miami Dolphins laying 3.5 against Trevor Lawrence and the Jaguars. 49.5 the total at Hard Rock Stadium. Boston College upsets Florida State 28-13 as a 17-point underdog last night at Doak Campbell Stadium in Tallahassee. Baseball today, Chris Sale on the mound for the Braves. He's 15-3 and a $3.95 home favorite against Kyle Freeland and the Rockies. 7.5 over the total. Bet smarter with Juice Reel. It's free in the App Store. Juice, R-E-E-L. Mike Sennett, 1010XL.
A customer called DuckDuckRooter saying they had some nasty stuff backing up inside their home. So we went with our camera to look inside their plumbing lines. And sure enough, tree roots in the sewer line. Need to see what's blocking your lines? Call our team to locate the issue and provide solutions to resolve it. 904-862-6769. Visit DuckDuckRooter.com. Proud partner of the Jacksonville Jags. DuckDuckRooter, your fully insured and certified plumbing contractor, residential and commercial.
Hey, Hicken here for my friends at Beaches Dermatology. Man, it's summertime and it is hot outside, and you got to take some precautions when you go out there. That's what Doctors Boudreaux and Metz have taught me through the years, and they've taken great care of me and my skin, so I don't have to go see Dr. Fader and get that Mohs surgery. No, sir, no, sir. I appreciate these guys, and I appreciate them looking out for me. And look, we're getting ready for football time, right? We're getting ready for those, those practices that you go to. If you have to sit in the sun, or if you go to the games down and watch the Jags or the Gators or the Knowles, man, you got to put on the sunscreen. You got to wear floppy hats. You got to wear long sleeve dry fits. You got to take care of yourself. And if you see something on your skin, don't wait. Get it checked out. It's real easy to do. The people at Beaches Dermatology will be there to help. Give Beaches Dermatology a call online at beachesdermatology.com.
Did you know you can charge the all-new Honda Electric Prologue in the same receptacle as your phone? You don't need any special charging stations at your home. Simply plug in your Honda or your phone. See your local Honda dealer now. We're electrified.
Denny Thompson here. If you want to work with new tech security cameras or home automation, Tyson Sound and Security is a growing company looking for you now. Tyson is now hiring for sales, technician, and administrative positions. You'll start at the industry's most competitive pay, and they will train you. Apply online at TysonSoundandSecurity.com or call 762-1000. Tyson Sound and Security hiring sales, technicians, and administrative. Call 762-1000. Equal opportunity employer.
Hey, I can hear from my friends at Lockhart Construction. That's a longtime Jacksonville business. Shane Lockhart, his pops, his guys, all from here, taking care of people who live here. People like the Hickens who needed a new bathroom. We called Lockhart, and voila, we had a new bathroom. They're fast, friendly, affordable, and they're clean. They're terrific. I can't say enough good things about Lockhart. They've done my son's siding. Tremendous. Looks like a brand new house. You unlock better living with Lockhart Construction. Their family gives your family a better living experience. So if you have a construction need, a remodel, thought, an idea, give Shane a call. He'll call you back. That's how he works. It's real easy. 994-3865. Shane Lockhart, Lockhart Construction, 994-3865.
Hey everybody, Mike Dempsey here for Dandy Foods. Dandy subs and sandwiches. Look, we always want you to think about those great options as you're driving around Duval. But the beauty is, even as I'm dropping pounds, Dandy's got great options for me as well. Told you all about their protein packs, delicious salads that they have out there. They have fruit cups for on the go. You know what they have. Veggie snack trays. You can grab those on the go as well. Perfect, healthy snack. Dandy is the name to know when you're on the go. So stop into a Gate store anywhere around Duval and make yours a dandy, and do it today.
Smooth sailing and a smooth taste of Vida de Luis, an all-natural tequila made with volcanic spring water and aerated to provide a smoother finish. Go to VidaDeLuis.com and set a course for smooth living today.
This is Frank Frangie. Join Dan Hicken and me for All Things Gators, our podcast presented by Southeast Orthopedic Specialists with new episodes every Monday. Subscribe and listen by searching for 1010XL Florida Gators Podcast on Apple Podcasts, Google Podcasts, Spotify, Stitcher, or TuneIn.
I'm here with Danny Van Sickle, Director of the Electrical Training Alliance. Danny, tell me about your program.
Hey, Rick, we're a 5-year electrical apprenticeship. Our students start out making over $40,000 a year, and right now graduate making over $90,000 a year, including benefits. There is no tuition or no student debt. You just have to apply and get accepted.
Did you say no tuition and no student debt?
You heard that right, Rick. Once you're accepted to the program, your only cost are the books and the course fees. About $800 a year.
That sounds like an amazing opportunity. How can I learn more?
Just go to etajax.org, and you can apply there.
Apply by November 7th.
I've known Glenn Cohen for a long time as a friend and a lawyer. Persistent and fair, Glenn and his firm have represented clients from North Florida and South Georgia for over 40 years in all kinds of personal injury cases. If I had such a case, call Glenn at Barnes, Cohen, and Sullivan.
I'm Taylor Rose with our Remedy Staffing Westside office off of Normandy Boulevard. We are helping great people find great jobs. Remedy has helped some of the best employers in Jacksonville find talented job seekers like you for over 25 years. Our current job openings range from entry-level distribution center pickers to equipment operators. Apply today at remedygoodjobs.com. Don't wait. Apply at remedygoodjobs.com now.
Looking to elevate your game night experience? Look no further than Best Bet. We're not just a card room, we're your destination for excitement, fun, and big wins. Whether you're a seasoned player or new to the game, we have something for everyone. Join us at Best Bet Jacksonville, Orange Park, or St. Augustine for thrilling tournaments, exciting promotions, and a vibrant atmosphere that will take your game night to the next level. Elevate your game night at Best Bet. Visit bestbetjacks.com to learn more. That's bestbetjacks.com.
Baloo here for Smunez Vision. Why Smunez Vision? Well, I've been with Dr. Neil Smunez now since I got back to Jacksonville in 2006. 37 years of experience he has. Smunez Vision is a family organization that focuses on personal high-quality medical and surgical eye care. Dr. Catherine Smunez is fellowship trained in cornea and cataract surgery and all refractive surgery. Combined, that's 30 years plus in laser eye surgery. Visit SmunezVision.com today. Care you can see.
Most goals have a clear course, like planning a trip. But when it comes to losing 40 or 50 pounds, that's a different story. Except with Awaken 180, a clear course to fast, proven weight loss with free support for life. It's Awaken180weightloss.com.
This is Dr. Kevin Kaplan, head team physician for your Jacksonville Jaguars. Here's the latest update on the Jags, brought to you by Baptist Health and JOI.
As the Jaguars prepare to kick off the new season, owner Shad Khan has expressed the team is positioned to win now. Head coach Doug Peterson echoes that same sentiment.
He sees what we've done the last 2 years. He also knows, and we know, that we're better than the way we finished last year.
In facing Miami, the Jaguars will encounter the team speed of the Dolphins wideouts, something the team will have to account for, says head coach Doug Peterson.
This is a lot of team speed, and they just know how to attack secondary.
NFL analyst and former Jaguar Bucky Brooks is looking for the Jaguars to exceed forecasters' predictions of only 8 wins.
Give me the over on their prop bet, 8.5. I'm going to go over top of that.
At your Jacksonville Orthopedic Institute Jaguar update, I'm Sam Nelson.
10XL is presented by Farah and Farah, exclusive injury law firm of the Jacksonville Jaguars. Protecting you and your family. Call 396-5555. Jacksonville.
Yeah, I think, I think he's right on. I think that, that is our expectation. It's always our expectation. And, each year you put together and you assemble the best team, the best set of coaches, and you got to put in the time. You got to work hard, and that's he sees what we've done the last 2 years. And the successes that we've had, but he also knows, and we know that we're better than the way we finished last year. And I think that's something that he alluded to, and but he's right. That's the expectation, and we're all held to that.
All right, that's Doug Peterson on Shad Khan's expectations. It only makes sense. All right, your bosses expect you to produce and perform in the way last season ended. Let's hope was just like a negative blip. Don't forget how good of football the Jags have been playing. They were tied, I'm pretty sure, tied with the Chiefs through like the previous 16 games, the tail end of 22, the first half of 23. I will give, Peterson credit as opposed to maybe his college brethren. Norvell and Napier have not done themselves any favors at all talking up their teams in the preseason, and they both failed miserably. FSU, by the way, if you're getting up and weren't aware, they play Labor Day. Yeah, labor pains indeed. Knowles now 0-2. Dominated by Boston College, of all teams, at home last night. And, well, Billy Napier, we know. But Doug Peterson knows better. Sure, there's a lot about his team he's liked. When he's asked this offseason, he's not been shy about his expected improvement from certain positions, players, game plans, coaches, the whole program. But he also realizes that Sunday afternoon about 5 o'clock, none of that's going to matter.
Now it's just a matter of we got to go do it, and I guess, as they say, the talking is over, and you just got to go put in the hard work and preparation, and try to go 1-0, this week.
Now, can you believe this one? I don't know what they're playing here with this play calling game. What are we doing, man? Do you believe it when Doug Peterson says this? What's today? Tuesday? Game Sunday, I'm pretty sure.
I still haven't made my mind up yet.
Okay. So you anticipate by Wednesday possibly having an answer for us?
Maybe.
Possibly?
Yeah, maybe. You may never know.
Can you?
So you can just stop with the question right now. You'll never know.
He's doubling down. He's gotten annoyed with the whole thing. We just keep going back for more. Again, I think I handle this. I'd say one thing and then do whatever I want and never answer a question about it. No one know the difference. You could put Press Taylor on the sideline. You could put him in the Goodyear blimp. And at the end of the game, if the Jaguars win or lose, you're not going to know who called the plays. These two dudes are peeing a pod, and one's, gatekeeping the other along the way. And so we shall see. I think we also don't know if we're going to see. I don't think. We haven't heard for sure. Press Taylor will be on the sideline or back in the booth. So there are unknowns both when it comes to those storylines and then, on the field. And questions start to get answered this week.
Yeah, no, there's quite a bit of unknown. Even though there's history, right, with this DC being in Baltimore and some of the we've played Baltimore the last couple of seasons and kind of understanding what they've done and look, it's the unknown because he's going to have his own ideas, he's going to have his own thoughts, and now that he's running it, there's going to be some unscouted looks, but there's always going to be that unknown in week one.
All right. Listen, he continues to talk glowing about Trevor. Trevor had a great preseason. So did Mac Jones, for that matter. The quarterback room has to be brimming with confidence as they go to Miami. Doug Peterson said it's important to get off to a fast start. We're going to hear more from him and the players as we move through the week and count down to the opener. We got Baselli and Fred Taylor both coming your way today. Meanwhile, he says what we know. This is a really good test. I mean, this is facing a playoff team. This is a team expected to win double-digit games. The Miami Dolphins open down there. Week one we're gonna find some stuff out.
It's a great test. I mean, this is what you want, though. You want to compete against the best, and sure, preseason is one thing, but now it's the regular season, and you're going to get everybody's best, and we're gonna put our best foot forward. So great opportunity for our guys, for our defense, and for our team to compete this coming weekend.
All right, fire up the band. We got a football fix. It's brought to you by Allstate agent Mandy Bowers in Mandarin. Is your insurance agent your friend? Well, they should be. If something goes wrong, do you have the assurance that you need? We concentrate on the insurance. It's a volatile business right now. Mandy and her team will help you out as best as it's possible. on today, September 3rd. So call Mandy in her Mandarin office. Her and her dream team ready to go. And the Jointed Creek Golf Club's ready for you to tee it high and let it fly. Best value in golf. I'll see you at the home course at Jointed Creek Golf Club. Did you see what happened with Ricky Pearsall this weekend in San Francisco, middle of the afternoon? Shot and robbery attempt. Where are we at as a country, man? I saw that the kid that shot him had been picked up in a crime with a gun 3 days earlier. 3 days. I don't know, maybe a couple weeks, a month, maybe behind bars. What? I don't get it. So, anyway, Pearsall, though, was shot in a robbery attempt. A through and through, as they say, went right through his chest, exited through the back. He's going to miss at least the first four. Jamar Chase, again, you know, just strolling around practice in shorts and a T-shirt. Good to be king, I guess. Zach Taylor has given up on the guessing. Doesn't know if he'll have a star player this Sunday. Maybe the Bengals. Maybe he'll send up a puff of smoke from his, riverfront mansion or downtown hotel or wherever he emanates such things. 3 years into his 5-year deal, by the way. All right, Clyde Edwards-Helaire lands on the non-football injury list. He'll miss at least 4 games for the Chiefs. The Chiefs are expecting big things out of Isaiah Pacheco. You know why the Chiefs are so good? They just build it the right way. Here's their running back. A lot's expected of. You look at running backs around the league that a lot is expected of. A lot expected here of ETN, first rounder. Jonathan Taylor, a first rounder down the line. Yeah, first, second, first. Henry, second. But all the big things expected from all these dudes. Then there's Pacheco. You guys want to give me a round on that guy? Yeah, 7th, I believe. The Chiefs' offensive line was a disaster after they lost the Super Bowl following the 2020 season. They completely rebuilt it within a year and a half, good enough to win 2 Super Bowls in a row. Ooh. They just do it right out there, don't they? No Edwards-Helaire, it won't matter a bit. They drafted him in round 1, I believe, end of round 1, and he's not done anything. They continue to throw bouquets at Russell Wilson. He was named the Steelers captain this weekend, in addition to being named the opening week starter. The Steelers are at Atlanta this weekend. Speaking of quarterbacks and captains, Caleb Williams, rookie quarterback for the Bears, has been named one of the 8 captains. Our opponents this weekend been battling some injuries in the receiver unit, but both Tyreek Hill and Jalen Waddle practiced. After summer injuries, I would suspect that they would be all fine and good to go. Jags Dolphins this Sunday. And I would suppose sunny South Florida. That's Football Fix. You're welcome. Brought to you by the home course, the Jointed Creek Golf Club. And All-State agent Mandy Bowers in Mandarin. Hicken Rival more. Come your way next. It's a Catlin Truck Accessories Tuesday on The Drill.
The Drill on 1010XL. From the studios of Republic Services, we'll handle it from here. A sturdy defense keeps your end zone safe like a Superior fence keeps your family and pets safe. It's fantastic. After the game, catch the Superior Fence and Rail Defensive Player of the Game. What a baller. On 1010XL.
Yeah, it's your boy, E to the T. And winning season is back. Football is back, and my bookie is here to make sure you're ready to cash in on the action. This season, my bookie is pulling out all the stops with incredible promotions like weekly risk-free boost on Thursdays, where you can bet without a sweat. If your bet hits, you win big. If it doesn't, forget about it. My bookie will refund you your wager. But that's just the beginning. My bookie is giving away hundreds of thousands in prizes with their Super Survivor and Squares contest. And when you're ready to get started, use my promo code 1010XL to claim some extra cash on top of the first deposit. The bigger your deposit, the bigger the bonus. And now loyalty pays off. With my bookie, the more you play, the more you win. My bookie is the lock of the century. Bet anything, anytime, anywhere, and make your season a winning season. Come on, somebody.
Now you can watch 1010XL shows all day on X, Facebook, and YouTube. Brought to you by MyBookie. Experience Vegas from the comfort of your phone anytime, anywhere. Sign up today. Use promo code 1010XL.
Here's Linda Beaver.
Hey, everyone. It's football season, and we wanted to go to the drawing board to make this year's predictions. Let's compare our 2 blonde all-stars. Most touchdowns, best pricing in the market, most passing yards, cards gives the most for your trade. Most receptions, free oil changes with every purchase. Super Bowl champion. Wow, customer service. This looks like a winning season for everyone. Come see Beaver Toyota in St. Augustine or Beaver Chevrolet in Jacksonville, where you can score big all season long.
If I was to describe this sandwich in one word, I would say magical. Hi, this is Jamor, and the little thing that I love about the Chick-fil-A honey pepper pimento chicken sandwich is that extra oomph. I go back and forth from the spicy filet to the original filet. I get into the sweetness of the honey, then you have the extra kick from the spicy filet. The combination alone takes it over the top. It's award-winning.
The Chick-fil-A Honey Pepper Pimento Chicken Sandwich is back with a bite. Try it with the original or spicy filet, now for a limited time. Real guests paid for their testimonial.
DivorceMenOnly.com. This is Kenny Lay of Kenny Lay & Associates. Our firm specializes in representing men in family law. That's all we do. That's our only focus. We can help with all of your family law needs, such as divorce, custody, alimony, and child support. For over a decade, we have helped thousands of men with these types of issues. We even have an appellate division ready to challenge a judge's ruling. If you need a family law attorney, go to DivorceMenOnly.com. DivorceMenOnly.com. Offices, Jacksonville.
I'm Ben from Beard's Diamonds. My father and I buy our stones direct from the diamond cutters. No middleman, no big company overhead, no commission salespeople, and we pass the savings on to you. Before you buy anywhere else, remember, Beard's Diamonds will beat any competitor's price.
In the St. John's Town Center or at beardsdiamonds.com.
Home of the Jaguars. WJXL AM Jacksonville Beach. WJXL FM Jacksonville Beach.
Former Jaguars corner and first-year head football coach at Duval Charter School at Bay Meadows, K-12, Aaron Beasley here. Are you looking for an A-rated K-12 school prioritizing academics, arts, and athletics? Duval Charter School at Bay Meadows offers a rigorous curriculum to develop strong minds with an additional focus on growing good hearts. DCSB has been an A school for 8 years, and our tuition is free. Now enrolling. Apply at baymeadowscharter.org.
Don't make a bad call when it comes to servicing your home. Cooling off with a baby pool in the house to fix your air conditioning problem is a bad call. Trying to catch a wave in a flooded bathroom is a bad call. Using a burning electrical panel to make s'mores is a bad call. The next time something goes wrong, make a good call to Donovan.
Whether you need air, electric, or plumbing service, Donovan is always a good call. It's why we've been trusted by our customers for almost 40 years and why you can trust us to deliver fast, reliable service to your home. Donovan, always a good call.
Visit DonovanAC.com today.
Hey guys, this is David Garrard, and I want to tell you about Clearwater Irrigation. They put my new sprinkler system in at my new home at Jack's Beach, and I couldn't be happier. Oh, hey, John.
What's up, Dave? You know what this means. You're going to have to sing.
Man, I can't sing.
Then you'll fit right in, buddy. Clearwater Irrigation. We can't sing a lick, but we sure are good at sprinklers. Hit it, Dave.
And drainage, too.
ClearwaterJacks.com.
Universal Roof and Contracting has been protecting Florida homes from the elements for over 30 years. Call Universal Roof and Contracting today for a free roof inspection and get 15% off your roof repair or replacement. Plus, flexible financing options and payments as low as $115 a month. This offer expires September 30th. Call 855-ROOF-HELP.
License number CCC 1330747, CBC 1258484.
UniversalRoof.com.
Hey, Scarline here. If you're like me in the fall, you want to watch football, not clean. Enter Molly Maid, voted Bold City Best Cleaning Service 3 years in a row. Molly Maid is reliable, friendly, and thorough. Visit mollymaid.com.
Here's your Southeast Orthopedic Specialist local sports update, sponsored by Southern Oak Insurance. In a game that will almost surely knock them out of the new 12-team college football playoff, FSU took a second straight loss, falling to Boston College. The Noles head coach Mike Norvell is looking for the team to stay together.
But for a football team, you got to stay together, and you got to make sure that you're there for each other. We've been knocked down, but we know how to get up.
The extended holiday weekend wasn't a festive one for the Gators, with the loss to Miami in the Swamp. Head coach Billy Napier says the fans did their part, but the team...
We need to do our part so that they could have been more of a factor in the game.
In breaking down the opening loss to Miami, the Gator head coach is looking to get his offense on the same page.
Offensively, we didn't block them very well. We need more plays where we've got 11 players doing exactly what they should do.
At your Southeast Orthopedic Specialist local sports update, I'm Sam Nelson.
77 degrees at 6:58. Time and temp brought to you by Bueller Air and Plumbing. Stay cooler with Bueller.
1010XL is presented by Farah and Farah, exclusive injury law firm of the Jacksonville Jaguars. Protecting you and your family. Call 396-5555. Jacksonville. Ladies and gents, please put your hands together as Dan Hicken enters the studio.
You know it. You know it. Yada, hada, hada. Yes, sir.
Tons of weather, buddy. Nice shirt.
Rip it off. Burn it.
Oh, I got something, actually. You ready? Just carry on.
Very excited to be here on a Monday. We focus in on Sunday, an opening day for the NFL. As far as college, let's just pack up the balls, boys. We'll see you next year.
It's an all-time record. The season ended at 5:45 on the very first week.
August.
That's never happened before.
2 years in a row.
Broken.
Our man has cost us, taken us away in August, something that we look forward to. We count down the days. A lot to unpack here today on a Tuesday, Super Tuesday.
A lot of helpers to unpack on a Catlin Truck Accessories Tuesday. Doring, Fred Taylor, Tony Baselli.
Yes.
At Brunch for the Tour.
Yes.
An easy layup. The high school report, Jamie French, probably the biggest name in town.
Yeah. A lot going on. But we start.
Bless you.
With a sneeze. I need blessings.
Nothing to sneeze at.
I didn't behave well this weekend.
You didn't? Well,
I had a bad Saturday.
Yeah. I had a whole bad weekend, but whatever.
Yeah, so as far as the game, there's not a lot to do. We were waving the white flag by the half. Miami absolutely annihilated Florida. They beat them every which way. It's very depressing. I don't know where Florida is. It's one game. I don't know how good Miami is, but Miami's got a quarterback. Mertz went back to being Wisconsin-like before he got knocked out of the game.
Miami was better at every position on offense.
Yes.
Every position.
Yes.
In totality.
Yes.
I mean, assuming we have more than one running back, I don't know the way Billy coaches if there is more.
We don't run. We didn't have the ball. It's just a mess. It's a mess, and everybody knows it. And basically, it's over. It's over. I don't know what else to say. I told everybody going in all summer there was so much at stake in the first game. I'm very curious to hear Chris Doring here in a few minutes. It was an all or nothing game is what I like to call it. And I don't know what the narrative would have been if it was a competitive game and Florida lost. I wonder what it would have been because there's so much discourse for Napier anyway. But the record speaks for itself ultimately. And I can tell you that I know that, the money men are already meeting. The things are in motion. I don't know how he can pull himself out of this downward spiral.
Well, the reason for that is they're going to keep losing because he can't coach and his team's not good enough. And there's a problem. You see, the reality hits you stone cold in the face at a certain point as a college coach.
Yeah.
In professional football, you always have an out. Yeah, but I did the best I could with what I have.
Right.
In college football, what you have is what you went and identified and got. So, like, when you say that our players didn't do what they were supposed to, okay, then you're not coaching them good enough. Or our players aren't good enough here, well, then you didn't recruit them good enough.
Right.
I mean, it's just a total disaster. It's broken. And I would say, again, context and, standards change. This is the worst the University of Florida football program has ever been.
Well, it might be. They're looking at their fourth straight losing season. They put Miami on that 5-2-9 plan, that college plan. 529 plan that you save up money for your kids to go to college.
Is that right?
Yeah, they had 529 yards.
Oh, yeah.
The defense was just awful.
Same guys running around. There's
awful.
No new blood in that gets you encouraged. It's the same mediocre. They're worse. They're worse than they were a year ago.
It's hard to get excited about anything. They probably should just go to Lagway now.
I wish they would.
And I think Mertz is in concussion protocol. He didn't practice yesterday, so. Napier, there's so much hatred for Napier that social media, the fans, the everyone, they're looking for anything. So, like, even a comment like he said yesterday, which was taken out of context.
Central Florida basement.
Yes. they go.
He was saying it more for his team's perspective than he was being critical.
You follow that up by, I have no excuses. I'm totally embarrassed. So somebody, I think De La Torre, one of the beat writers, said it was like a 321-word answer, and 28 of the words were stupid. Yeah. And it was. I mean, and I get it, though. I totally get it. Look, they're
when you have nothing good to say, it's hard to say anything good.
Promised all summer long a bill of goods that did not deliver at all. And they were just terrible. And it was over by halftime. Montrell Johnson had a nice 71-yard run to
the only play they made the whole game.
To a play that they never went back to, by the way. And Miami went right down the field and scored again. And it was just, to the victors go the spoils, man. So there's nothing you can do. You just got to congratulate them. Miami's good. They got a good quarterback. Florida's not. And
doesn't help Billy Napier that you look across the field. There's a guy who's been at his school the same amount of time as you, who came into a worse situation than you inherited, less than you inherited, and yet he's so far by you, he embarrassed you on your home field.
I think even worse.
FAMU will play Miami tougher this weekend than Billy Napier did at home.
I think even worse for me than that and getting smoked is just watching the game Sunday night. Because I watched the game Sunday night between two third-year coaches, Brian Kelly and Lincoln Riley. And while LSU lost, they're a capable top 12 team.
Can I throw a quick pass real quick?
Yeah.
I don't like how he's done this before. I don't remember the specific, but I remember thinking this. I don't like the way Brian Kelly throws his team under the bus. He always does it after a week one loss.
Well, they've lost every week one.
I know, but he does it. He's done it every year. He's
that's what he's saying.
Pounding and get him ready then.
Yeah. Yeah. But anyway, those two teams played a great – my point is they played a great football game. It was good. It was back and forth. They didn't know who was going to win. SC's better than people thought, and LSU's going to be fine. They're going to be fine. They got talent.
Look at Lincoln Riley and how he's running. And look, there's a long season to play. Don't get me wrong. Their defense has been worse than Florida's the last 2 years.
Which leads me to my biggest –
and they turned it around just like that.
Which leads me to my biggest issue with University of Florida football. And I told you this weekend. There's a systemic problem down there. And it's more than Billy Napier. Billy Napier is 90% responsible. He's not going to be the coach at some point. They have to decide. They are just they're not good at what they do unless this is what they want to do. And my point is this. You have to decide, do you want to be a big-time college football program? If you do, you can be.
By the way,
it's a simple thing.
And that answer has always been yes.
Yeah.
In the 50s, 60s, 70s, if you ask Florida
I don't think it's yes anymore. And I think the concern shifted somewhere along the lines to academics. And I just think that from the president, who we don't know who the president is right now, there's an interim guy who was the original guy, to the AD, to the football coach. And you say, well, Dan, what do you mean? They gave Napier, well, yes and no. And again, I don't care what you give Napier. He's not the answer. So understand what I'm saying here. However, Ohio State lost to Michigan 3 years in a row. What do? We need $15 million to go out and buy a team. It's all about money. And if you're not going to give them the money to go buy players in this day and age, and I'm not saying you, the fans, I'm saying the school. It's all changing next year to...
You ought to have a model that's doing that.
It's all changing next year to the money coming back under the school and them giving out the money through now the collectives, the Victorious, whatever it may be, will still be around, but it will fall under it's the UAA. It's all that. It's all that has to decide once and for all. And listen, they're going to have to buy out Billy Napier. They're going to have to pay him, maybe buy out other. They're talking $100 million. That's the going rate. You just got to decide. You got to decide. But if you're not going to do it, then tell everybody and say, look, we're just happy, with a and we won't pay as much attention anymore. It's at the crossroads to me as a football program. They were behind with the facilities. They were behind with the NIL. And I'll give you an example. I think I may have said this on the show. I don't know if I did or not. I've said it so many times. I see Tennessee put stuff on their football field. I see USF put stuff on their football field with Publix. Where's our stuff? Why haven't we sold those rights for $100 million and get? Somebody's got to
turn around and give it to this chemistry lab.
We need a creative businessman down there who's, as a general manager, who's going to figure out ways to get money, to buy players. Florida has not had a five-star, top-of-the-line offensive lineman signing in 9 years. That's unacceptable. That's unacceptable. And no disrespect to the kids we got, but they're not very good because they're 3-star guys. We don't get good offensive linemen. Miami had 2 5-star offensive linemen that we desperately wanted, and it showed. It showed on we could not touch their quarterback. We could not protect our quarterback. It was an epic fail in every which way possible, and it's over, and it's unbelievable that it's over already. Now they have Texas A&M next week. I'm more worried about Samford and how they'll perform Saturday. Lest you forget, Samford scored 56 on them during the Mullen era. So they have missed on the last 4 coaches. And when you start talking about coaches, Jeff, you've got to find the guy who, I was talking with one of my buddies this weekend, got to have a little bit of a-hole in you. You just got to be a successful Division I head coach, I think. I don't think you can be Mr. Nice Guy. With all that said, let me give you the Dreamfinders Homes poll question of the day because we have a lot of votes, a lot of comments on it. And it's brought to you by Dreamfinders Homes. They're the official home builder of the Florida Gators, by the way, just so you know, and the Jaguars and the PGA Tour. And they're in 15 locations in Jacksonville. They offer a 2.99% year 1 interest rate. Man, oh man, you just got to go to dreamfindershomes.com. And if you don't think you can afford a home right now, you may be wrong. You should check out dreamfindershomes.com. So our poll question of the day, how hot is the seat for Billy Napier now? How hot? He's axed if he loses Saturday immediately.
To Samford?
Yeah, he'd be fired immediately. He won't make it through the season. He's done after a 4-8, or he's back in 2025. How hot is the seat?
I think he's done after a 4-8.
Our football's improved.
Yeah.
But I will say this, if he doesn't, if there's a point that he goes that's before the end of the year, I would say UCF.
Okay.
Here's what I would, just
829 votes are in, Jeff. Won't make it through the season, 56.8. Axed if he loses Saturday, 17.9.
That is also
done
true.
After 4-8, 17.1. Back in 2025, 8%.
Yeah, well, that's 8% too many. It's impossible because he's not a good enough coach to get out of this mess.
Mm-hmm.
He's got an under-talented roster, and he's an inferior coach to just about anyone he lines up with. He gets taken to the woodshed by just about him and his program.
Yeah.
Put it on his coordinators, whoever. Again, thing with the colleges, you're the guy, man. Every single guy you hire, every assistant,
100%.
Everybody you recruit, it's all
100%.
on you, You've broken and buried this thing into a million
horrible
pieces.
football team. Now, the only joy that Florida and Florida State fans are going to get is watching their rival play on Saturdays this year.
Yeah, because they both stink.
That's the only joy. Yeah. Florida State is in the same place. I think it's awful. And one more thing about the Florida State, the social media world is good at one thing. And this joker, I told you this
3, 2,
joker.
1, no.
Yeah.
Poop
guy. Is a gutless, spineless turd.
Yeah. He's probably already back on social media under some other name.
They're going to get they'll find him. They know him now. The boys
they've already identified who he is.
They haven't said his name, but they know his name.
Okay.
And
who's after him? FSU Nation or other
everybody?
People?
Everybody. The college football
Tell
world.
him what this guy did.
He tweeted out last week, if Florida State loses to BC this weekend, I will eat dog poop out of a red Solo cup with a spoon and post a video of me doing it, book it, exclamation
And then they
point.
lost the game, and what happened to his Twitter
deleted
page?
everything. Facebook, Twitter, Instagram.
He gone.
He gone.
Okay. The whitewasher.
And that ain't going to work, Chief.
Okay.
That ain't going to work.
Well, you guys understand, you can't make him do it.
Yeah. That's fine. But we're going to find out who you are.
Yeah.
And we're going to.
Here they come.
Because sometimes you put that stuff out. Mm-hmm. So, anyway, let's get.
I found only one way to salvage the football season.
Okay.
Yeah. So, I'm just curious if with the same angst and judgment that you'll be looking at me this year.
Yeah, that's fine.
What is that? The tech hat?
That's tech. He loves it now.
Yeah,
He's bothered with it. Doesn't bother him a bit.
Not a bit.
2-0.
Let's go. 2-0 Tech. Got me a 5-pack win. Maybe the only one I had, by the way.
Yeah. Oof. That's another thing. You can vote at Dan Hicken if you'd like on the Dreamfinders Homes poll question. Dreamfinders Homes, everywhere you want to be. 15 Jacksonville communities to choose from. Like I said, 2.99% year 1 interest rate. Just go to dreamfindershomes.com. They'll help you navigate your first purchase of your home.
We do have a ton of Jaguar talk today, right?
Yeah.
We're gonna
Tony's on deck.
Here.
We got Chris Doring next, and then we got Tony. So,
and then we also have brunch with the tour. We have Fred Taylor at 8:40. So
it's a
we
busy
are
day.
just locked and loaded here on a Catlin Truck Accessories Tuesday edition of the Drill.
This is your Duval Minute. Brought to you by Lift Power, your turnkey solution for all warehouse needs.
Boys at Lift Power and the Duval Minute want to give a shout out to a son of a former Jaguar great. How about Mojo's kid? Yeah, did you see that this weekend? Mojo's kid, the Deuce, who's on the loose. He's playing for De La Salle, where Mojo went. He's a running back where Mojo was, and he is a good running back. He is a sophomore, made his high school varsity debut, and got 9 totes and had 100 yards and broke loose for a 64-yard touchdown. I don't know how good he is, but he's a heck of a great start for him. And as a parent, Mojo had to be as proud as he ever was of anything. So congrats and shout out to the Jones-Drew family and the Deuce on the loose out in California. And that's your Duval Minute. It's brought to you by Lift Power. As we wrap up summer, the job market remains hot. Lift Power looking for experienced lift, truck, and dock and door technicians in the Jacksonville area. Benefits include a 401k, a company vehicle, paid training, a sign-on bonus. Man, this offer is way too good to pass up. Come see why Lift Power has been voted one of the best places to work for the past several years. Our rapidly growing business has proudly served the Jacksonville area for more than 50 years. That's family-owned and operated, and that is stability, and we want you to be part of our family. Gang, don't let this opportunity slip by. Learn more. Just go to liftpower.com. That's liftpower.com.
The Drill from the studios at Republic Services. We'll handle it from here.
In every game, there's a limited number of drives.
On best, here we go!
And there's only one drive of the game.
That's a good old-fashioned rear-end whipping.
Listen for the Randy Marion Cadillac of Jacksonville drive of the game on 1010XL. Jenkins Genesis of Northeast Jacksonville is now open, and you're invited in as a VIP to tour the all-new facility. Be one of the first 100 people to check out the complete lineup of luxury vehicles by September 8th and see if you can crack the code to win a brand new car. See dealer for details. No purchase necessary. Genesis of NortheastJacksonville.com. And now open on Atlantic Boulevard. Genesis, where luxury is redefined.
Hey, certainly facing interesting economic times, and in these times, it's important to have people that you can count on. Those people are the ITP partners, Jacksonville folks taking care of our Jacksonville money experience. You best believe you want to give your hard-earned money to people you trust. Our ITP partners combined almost 200 years of experience and work in the industry. From Jeff Hartman to Chris Bryant, from Dan Abel to Reedy Wingate, Scott Regner, Janice Cobb, and Reagan Wright. They have the experience, the expertise, and the knowledge to help clients in all areas of their financial lives. They focus on 3 main areas: investment management, financial planning, risk management. ITP partners, man. They are our financial partners for life. To get in the game, always there to help. Chris at ITPpartners.com. Chris at ITPpartners.com. Or call 312-9751. That's 312-9751.
Hey, it's Matt Hayes, and your time at home should be stress-free. The last thing you want to worry about is a clogged drain or your hot water not working. So do what I did and call my friends at Fenwick Home Services. They can replace or repair your home's plumbing systems and fixtures fast. Fenwick offers 24/7 same-day service and can fix any plumbing problem you have. With free same-day estimates and guaranteed repairs, the pros at Fenwick Home Services get the job done right the first time. You can also save on future emergencies with $50 off any repair. Online at FenwickHomeservices.com.
You know when you said come over for the fight? We thought you meant your house.
You guys want another round of Bud Lights?
Service is better here. And so is the beer.
Bud Light is back as the official beer sponsor of UFC. Enjoy responsibly. 2024 Anheuser-Busch Bud Light Beer, St. Louis, Missouri.
Homeowners, good news for you. Accent on 4. Listen up. Loan Pronto now has mortgage rates that start with a 4. Prosser here. It's true. Mortgage rates have plummeted. So low, we haven't seen them in a long time. If your current rate is over 6%, you can dump it and lower your house payment big time. Loan Pronto just locked in a homeowner at 4.99% APR. So whether you got your loan last week, last month, or last year, it's time to call Loan Pronto. Even if you're in process with another lender, stop now. Call Loan Pronto. Ask about their zero-cost rate reduction home loan. You can lock in a lower rate with no closing costs in a matter of days, with almost no paperwork and usually no appraisal. And if you act now, you can even skip your next 2 house payments. Call now. Loan Pronto can give you a rate quote in minutes with no hard credit pull and no upfront fees like those other guys. Call 904-999-1508 or loanpronto.com. Call 904-999-1508. Equal housing lender, NMLS 1661781. Owner approved credit, NMLSconsumeraccess.org.
September is Prostate Cancer Awareness Month, so here's a reminder to get screened. Ackerman Urology has 4 convenient locations to help you put your prostate health first. Guys, don't put this one off. Visit AckermanUrology.com.
A lot of companies will tell you they're the best. At Custom Tree Surgeons, they show you every time. Custom Tree Surgeons has built an all-pro team. Every tree service professional has years of experience, continually trained and certified. They know what, when, and how to handle any job. It gets done efficiently and quickly by a team of experts. So for tree trimming, removal, stump grinding, and emergency services, forget any name other than Custom Tree Surgeons. There is no job they can't do better. Go to website CustomTreeSurgeons.com. That's CustomTreeSurgeons.com, and let them show you how the job is supposed to get done.
Join Hayes Carlyon and Rick Ballou live at Jenkins Hyundai on Atlantic as they preview the Jags home opener. Get a picture with Jackson DeVille and Roar cheerleaders. Enter to win signed jerseys, footballs, and more at Jenkins Hyundai Jacksonville, 4 to 6 this Friday.
I'm Chris Campione. In a world of big box law firms with satellite offices, there's something special about having a local legal team that cares about you and your community. We're not just lawyers, we're your neighbors. We understand the unique challenges facing the Jacksonville community because we live here too. At Campione Law, Campione Cares isn't just a tagline, it's our commitment to you. Campione Law, your trusted lawyers after an accident. CampioneLaw.com.
Count on Campione, Campione Law.
VSiN's College Football Guide delivers betting previews of all 134 teams with best bets for the playoffs, Heisman Trophy, season win totals, conference winners, and much more. Only on VSiN. Pro subscribers get the full guide, but you can download your free copy of the guide right now. Featuring a betting preview of the Gators, Seminoles, and Bulldogs at 1010XL.com. That's 1010XL.com. 1010XL.com. Download your free copy of the guide right now.
Frank Franzi here to congratulate my friends at Big Chief Tire. For the 5th year in a row, Big Chief Tire was named the best tire center in Jacksonville for excellence in tire services. Big Chief Tire has served the Jacksonville community for over 60 years with quality tires, brakes, repairs, alignments, and more. Big Chief is known for fair prices and honest service, and they've built a reputation for treating customers like family. Big Chief offers reliable solutions to keep vehicles safe and running smoothly. Visit BigChiefService.com.
Aren't you just happy when you can handle all your needs in one location? Well, introducing Allstate agent Mandy Bowers in Mandarin. Whether it's home, life, business, or auto, Mandy covers it all. In fact, bundling policy is a great way to add extra savings. Mandy and her crew can do that. Allstate is offering lower auto insurance rates this year. Mandy can do that. You need to give Mandy Bowers a call in her Mandarin office, because when it comes to getting it all done under one roof, Mandy can do that.
If you're searching for a new fence installation, challenge yourself to find a fence company with more positive online reviews than Superior Fence and Rail. With over 3,000 reviews and a 4.9 out of 5 review range, Superior Fence and Rail is, well, superior. So take the online challenge or let their professional team show you what superior service looks like. Superior Fence and Rail, where quality matters.
SuperiorFenceandRail.com. 1010XL is presented by Farah & Farah, exclusive injury law firm of the Jacksonville Jaguars. Protecting you and your family. Call 396-5555. Jacksonville.
Yeah, I think that I felt strongly that we would perform better, but I'm not here to make excuses. We got to get it fixed. We're going to get another opportunity next week, and we've got to play better and coach.
Oof. Yeah, it becomes Charlie Brown's teacher after a while, Eeyore, or whatever you want to say. It's just. I don't know how to. I don't know. The everything was there for him to finally prove his point, and he just couldn't have written a worse script. You could not have written a worse script with that performance on Saturday.
Unfortunately, it's not a script. It's what
when I hear the and very much so on social media. The former players, not happy.
Look, there was a lot there. There's a lot that was bad in addition to the thorough butt kicking that they got.
Mm-hmm.
There were a lot of bad optics.
Yeah.
I saw a lot of dudes kind of half jogging midway through the third when it was well established who the alpha dog was in this matchup.
There was a play late. Lagway took them on their touchdown drive. Trey Webb scored it, but he hit Boardingham on the
and he didn't
on an out pass.
Yeah, he didn't fight his way in.
Yeah, you got to. I mean, again, he didn't, and Riedel Anthony got on him.
The program
is a problem
so
with the program, and
dude.
it's like, man, you got to want that end zone more than anything, man. When you get a chance to score a touchdown, you got to get into the end zone, and He could not get into the end zone. So that was a disaster. And it was just one after another. The right tackle is slow-footed, and we brought in a transfer from San Diego State to win the job. I don't think the O-line coach is worth a damn. I just think
the players they have aren't worth a crud, Dan. They get us out. They got a guy from like a 3-star. He wasn't any good.
You told me that the PFF had the top 10 offensive line.
I told you. You told
me.
That's what you told me.
And what I learned was that PFF made a mistake. They came out with a mea culpa and put an extra zero.
Yeah, you're mate. Now you're just.
Yeah, they said they're the 100th offensive.
That's not
line.
good for the grading reputation of the boys at PFF.
No,
and I don't know what I'm not sure what they saw there to begin with.
I've always had a problem with that.
Bit of a mirage.
Oh my goodness gracious! So, all right, go ahead, Gibby.
Now, another great guest on the Garber Auto Mall phone line.
Hello.
We can wiggle it.
He played wide receiver and wore number 28 for the head ball coach with over 2,000 yards and 31 touchdowns for the Gators. His teammates called him Captain Doe. He's now an analyst for SEC Network. And here on The Drill, Chris Doran.
Brought to you by Farrah and Farrah, the official personal injury law firm of the Jacksonville Jaguars.
Well, there's a lot to unpack with our friend Chris Doran. I'll tell you what, though. You want to win a Heisman Trophy, play Florida. We won Jaden Daniels a Heisman last year, and now Cam Ward shot up to the top of the list early on. Chris, how are you, sir?
That was a great introduction, man. I appreciate it. I'm doing good.
It could have been a lot worse.
Yeah, it was. That's the result of not having any sort of defensive line that can get any sort of pressure.
No pressure.
And not being on the same page in the secondary, that is a recipe for giving up a bunch of yards to opposing quarterbacks, for sure.
529 yards.
It's just. I mean, is it too early? How do you not just say, well, that was a lie. They're not improved at all. In fact, they may be worse.
Yeah, I feel like I am completely. I would say, I guess, maybe not. I don't know anything about football. I guess I came on that I believe that this team was going to win 7 games this year. That they were much improved. That the coaching was better. Like I don't know a thing about football evidently because it was the furthest from the truth. And not only are they not going to win 7 games, I'm not sure that they're going to win 3 games.
Me too. That's fair. By the way, don't feel bad. We encouraged half of Jacksonville proper to bet their entire IRA on over 4.5. So, yeah, the natives will be restless and storming our castle as well.
There's so many. It's just when I see the former players like yourself, and I didn't see much from you on Twitter, but I did see Alex Anzalone, Riedel Anthony. I can go down the list here of former Gator players who were just furious with. Chris, was the effort poor too?
Oh, the effort was poor?
Yeah.
I mean, we're not talking about, like, getting prepared for week 7. We're talking about you knew you'd been playing in Miami for, like, the entirety of the offseason. So you knew exactly what you were going to be playing in terms of the quarterback. You knew what you were going to be playing in terms of offensive and defensive schemes. You knew that this was a massive game in terms of what it meant to the fans, and not only were you unprepared, you had guys that were really not interested in any sort of competition. Once things got out of hand, you throw an interception, you got guys that aren't even running to try to tackle the ball carrier. It was embarrassing in every facet of the game, man.
And it didn't help too. And I'll use some poker parlance here. Like Billy Napier gave us all like a semi bluff. He had a what he thought was a decent hand, pocket tens, but he bet it and talked it like it was pocket aces, baby. We're improved here. We're better there. Our game situation manager's going to be here. We're stronger. We're faster. We're this. We're that. And then they had to turn the cards over on Saturday, and he's sitting there with nothing. And it doesn't help. And Mike Norvell ran into this a little bit too, right? Talking about how good he thought his team was. Fans get even more irked when you tell them it's going to be better, and it looks not just like it's not better, but perhaps even worse.
Yeah, I don't know how much that was a bluff or that's what he believed, but I look at the coaching situation. Your job as a coach is to do 3 things. You have to recruit great players, you have to teach and develop great players, and you have to put players in positions to be successful on Saturdays. So, you look at the development. Clearly, these guys have not been developed. They haven't been developed in terms of their football IQ. They haven't been developed in terms of their physical, the size. They get dominated on both lines of scrimmage. But the biggest thing is they don't play with any sort of attention to detail. I turn the tape on. I look at guys that they either haven't been taught the nuances of playing football on both sides of the ball, or they don't care about the nuances of playing football on both sides of the ball. And that to me is the biggest issue. Is football is a game of inches in a lot of ways, and there were some plays at times that were there to be made, but either they're not being coached the way that you need to be able to take advantage of those opportunities, or they don't care. And either way, that falls back on coaching.
Listen, I don't know what else they're going to do down there. I feel like this was it. I feel like I don't know what the narrative would have been here on this Tuesday had they played a competitive game and lost. I don't know because it didn't happen. I just feel like, and we had said this all year, Chris, all off season. It's an all or nothing game. It's an all or nothing game, and this was his chance. And
to show progress.
Yeah, and it's just not there. It's just
I came on your show and told you that I didn't think that there was a particular number of wins that Florida had to have in order to for Billy Napier to retain his job. Now that too is a complete lie, because I look at not the loss but the manner that the loss occurred in, and it was domination on the lines of scrimmage. It was unpreparedness. It was the same errors that we've talked about in the past, undisciplined roughing the passer penalties that cost you 2 touchdowns. It's taking timeouts out of dead ball situations, all the same stuff, plus the unpreparedness, plus the lack of any sort of attention to detail. I mean, I think, I couldn't have been further off in terms of is this a year that Billy Napier has to win? I told you that, I didn't think there was any chance he was going to get fired short of a disastrous season. Well, the disastrous season is coming, but also when all of those things that I mentioned happened last year aren't improved, aren't fixed, it ultimately falls back on the coach. If you don't have the ability to get your guys ready to play, it falls back on the coach. If you don't have better players, it falls back on the coach. And so I do think that all of a sudden there's a lot of toxicity, and there's a lot of people that feel like a change should take place.
Well, to your point, you can pass the buck at just about every level of football except for college, the head coach, because you do it all. You're in charge of it all, so that's fair. The cold reality of what we're left with, though, because it was so bad, is it's hard to find anything that will make you optimistic that, to what we all think, you're going to win more than 2 or 3 games. I saw the old ball coach, Steve Spurrier, said yesterday, I don't care what it is, do something different. Whatever we're doing from start to finish, preparation, recruiting, whatever it is, it's all wrong. But at the end of the day, Chris Doering, say they called you, Chris Doering, you know what? We're in a jam here. You're going to coach us the rest of the year. What do you do different? From what we saw this week, I can't find a hope that they win more than 4 games. I can't. What's the answer?
Well, the thing that was embarrassing was that Miami not only won, but they just physically dominated Florida. And you saw that early in the game. You saw every time they'd run the ball up the middle, you get a push where the line of scrimmage was being pushed 3, 4, 5 yards down the field. You can't get any pressure on Cam Ward at all. It's not like the rest of the SEC isn't built exactly the same way that Miami is. So, all the problems that you had in that game are going to continue to bother you, as you go out the rest of the season. And then, then you look at Mississippi State. Well, they actually looked pretty entertaining. They were able to throw the ball down the field. They were able to have success. You don't get pressure on Blake Shapen, you're going to give up a bunch of yards in that ball game. We already lost to KJ Jefferson last year at Mississippi when he was at Arkansas. So, every game, in terms of the teams that we expect to be physically dominant, you're going to have a hard time in. And then the games that you thought you might be able to win, the other quarterback, looked like they were pretty good. And so I look at Stanford this week. This might be the only game that Florida has a chance to win this year.
Oof. Let's wrap up with this, Chris. One of the things that I feel like, and I want your opinion on it. You're close to obviously to the school. I just feel like listen, Billy Napier, 90% of the heat. I get it, but I feel like there's a systemic issue down there, man. I feel like they got to decide if they want to be a big boy college football program. And I'm talking about money, bottom line money. I'm talking about watching Ohio State saying, all right, look, we've lost to Michigan 3 years in a row. What do? Ryan Day says, I need $15 million to hand out. They give him $15 million. He hands it out. He gets a football team. I keep seeing I see Miami getting these 5-star offensive linemen, and we're always behind the 8 ball. We were behind the 8 ball in the facilities. Now we're behind the 8 ball in the NIL, and it's changing again. Like next year, it's going to kind of fall under the UAA. I just wonder if I really think the powers that be got to sit down there and decide: do you want to be a big boy college football team? Because I believe you can be. I know you can be. If I'm not saying you can win the Natty, but I'm saying you can be in that top 12, top 15 every year if you commit to it financially, because that's what it's going to take. Am I wrong?
You just described. You made it sound like we were like, Arkansas or Ole Miss back in the day, or some smaller school. Like, we're Florida,
right?
Like, is that a matter of like, do we want to be in the top 10, top 15? It's like we should be in the top 10 or top 15 every single year. But you're talking about the money that it takes to be able to compete from a NIL standpoint. You feel good about bringing all those players in and being coached by a group of folks that really have like would you donate that kind of money right now to bring in play? Yeah, so like it's the same thing. Like when I look at the secondary, and the secondary doesn't have any sort of idea what checks they're on when teams motion or like being on the same page. Like I wouldn't give that kind of money to be put out there amongst coaches that aren't necessarily doing the job that I just mentioned before, developing and putting guys in position to be successful. So like I couldn't even imagine asking the folks that are going to create the collective to be able to compete with. Like, I'm in Oxford, Mississippi right now. Oxford, Mississippi, the Grove Collective is one of the best in the entire country, but they also have coaches that put guys in positions that are going to be successful. Like, I couldn't imagine giving large amounts of money to what we've seen in terms of guys that are to be unprepared for the opening game of the season. I have no idea how that can possibly
just to make it clear, I'm not talking about boosters. I'm talking about the school has the money. The school has to decide that they got to use some of their money, which they have droves of. I'm not talking about boosters giving
not
even
exclusively.
more. Yeah, I'm talking about the school's got to at some point chip in. And one other thing, while you're in Oxford, go ahead and bring home that coach too.
Just whisper some sweet nothings while you're there. Just
everybody I've talked to
has said the same thing.
I don't know if there's anybody they'd rather have as their coach than Lane Kiffin, but I mean, literally, it's Ole Miss has a great chance to win a national championship this year, and it shows when you have the right coach and the right alignment with the athletic department and the fans and boosters that care. I mean, that's the kind of success that you can have, but we're completely void of all of those things right now.
At a time where we both needed quarterbacks, Kiffin got like 4 and we got none. Remember that? He kind of kept getting one after the other. Anyway, Chris, we appreciate you. We know you're busy on the road. Have a good week.
Thanks, Chris.
And next week we will revel and celebrate a big win over Samford.
Hopefully.
We hope.
We talk a lot about how they dominated Samford on
that's correct. There's that improvement we were promised.
That's what I'm talking about.
All right, thank you, my man. We'll talk to you next week. There he goes. That's the Doring Report. We got Baselli up next.
Baselli's next.
So Breakfast with Baselli is next. You're listening to The Drill. Jaguars open this weekend. Let's turn our attention to some teal talk.
Good stuff.
Catlett Truck Accessories Tuesday.
The Drill on 1010XL. From the studios of Republic Services, we'll handle it from here.
It's the Labor Day Savings event going on now through Tuesday at Arlington Toyota. That's over 800 new and used in one location. Arlington Pre-Owned even has 125 vehicles under $18K. Plus, with every new and pre-owned purchase from Arlington, you get 60 days to love it or exchange it. 60 days! Worried about financing? There's the Arlington Credit Helper. You even get a complimentary car wash with every service. Arlington Toyota is open on Labor Day. Shop in person or at arlingtontoyota.com.
Hey, Hicken here from our friends at golfteerepair.com. Listen, gang, golfteerepair.com, they don't fix golf tees. We just want you to have some fun around the game we all love. Golf Tee Repair is a Jacksonville company that makes affordable golf wear for guys and gals who love to play. And they got all kinds of stuff, man. Polos, T-shirts, hats, hoodies. I just want you to go see the site and see what they have to offer at golfteerepair.com. It's all natural materials made out of bamboo, comfortable, breathable clothing. It's great in this hot weather. Man, you get that humidity, man. These shirts, they don't stick to you. They make you feel nice and cool. Perfect to wear this summer and perfect to wear to football games. So it's golfteerepair.com. Just go check them out. You'll be glad you did. golfteerepair.com. Terrific forever.
If you suffer from constant burning, tingling, or numbness in your hands or feet, it could be a serious condition called neuropathy. I'm Dr. Nathan Riddle, DC with Riddle Wellness in Ponte Vedra. Neuropathy is treatable, and we have seen great results by using state-of-the-art, non-invasive therapies to target damaged nerves, reduce symptoms, and improve nerve function. Call 904-395-5598 to schedule your free consultation today and learn how you can live pain-free. Call 904-395-5598.
You don't have to be a football star to get a signing bonus. The team at Republic Services needs your skills, and they're paying up to $5,000 for you to join the roster. You'll be joining a winner. As an essential business, the Republic Services trucks have not stopped rolling with hourly and weekly pay and better benefits and vacation packages than the rest of the league. Driver trainees, $1,000 sign-on bonus. CDL drivers, $3,000. Diesel mechanics, $5,000 bonus. Join the winning team at Republic Services today. Visit republicservices.com.
Equal opportunity employer.
Stevie Beatrice from Beatrice Plumbing here. A lot of plumbing companies say a lot of things. We focus on what customers say. Like who a few weeks ago, Donna, said the entire experience was the best fix-it experience she ever had. Or Chris, whose hot water went out on a Saturday and he thanked us for getting it fixed that night. Because that's the difference when you hire a real plumber. They show up to fix the problem. So next time you need a plumber, remember Beatrice Plumbing. Because real plumbers fix problems real fast.
Calling all fun-loving citizens of Northeast Florida. Freedom Boat Club needs your help. Lisa the Botanista has gone missing. She left a note that said gone boating. But here's the thing. Freedom Boat Club has 4 local locations. Julington Creek, Jack's Beach, and 2 in St. Augustine. And over 400 locations across the world. That's a lot of water to cover. Is she water skiing on the Ozarks, whale watching in the Pacific, or island hopping in Spain? Or hiding right here at the Black Creek Rope Swing? Or docking at the Conch House? Wait, has anyone checked Fort George Island? Too much to do on the water. So Freedom Boat Club is offering our best discount of all time, so you can help search. You simply make your reservation, show up, and have fun. I gotta go. I'm hopping on a boat to the fish camp for live music and lunch. Maybe I'll find the Botanista there. Or better yet, maybe you'll join us with the best discount ever and enjoy boating made simple. Don't blame us when you start playing hooky too. Visit freedomboatclub.com.
Oh my goodness. Fishing is more fun when you catch something.
Yeah!
Listen for the Ring Power Fishing Forecast Show with Captain Cabinet. Brought to you by Veterans Wholesale Cabinets and Awaken 180 Weight Loss.
Thursday nights at 6
on 1010XL AM.
Roof damage? Call before you claim. Green Law Group, fighting insurance companies for you. They will work for you when you have roof damage. Don't let your insurance deny you. Don't call an adjuster. Call Green Law Group at 904-302-7055. Remember, if you have roof damage, call Green Law Group before you claim. They've settled millions and will work hard to get your claim and new roof. Green Law Group. Call before you claim. 904-302-7055.
If you're searching for a new fence installation, challenge yourself to find a fence company with more positive online reviews than Superior Fence and Rail. With over 3,000 reviews and a 4.9 out of 5 review range, Superior Fence and Rail is, well, superior. So take the online challenge or let their professional team show you what superior service looks like. Superior Fence and Rail, where quality matters.
SuperiorFenceandRail.com.
Introducing Gatorade Water. Alkaline and electrolyte infused for great taste. Gatorade Water, always in motion.
Find it at your local Winn-Dixie. For the athletes who give everything, nothing beats Gatorade, the studied, tested, and proven fuel of the world's greatest athletes. Gatorade Water, proudly supporting high school sports on the First Coast.
This is Chelsea with Renewal by Andersen Custom Windows and Doors. Here's what people are saying about working with us.
Installers were professional, courteous, and efficient.
Great customer service. On time, explained the process, and walked me through the installation. Amazing team.
Our experience with Renewal by Andersen was outstanding from the beginning to end.
Renewal by Andersen, proud partner of the Jacksonville Jaguars. Visit rbafla.com.
License number CGC 1527613.
Renewal by Andersen, Custom Windows and Doors.
This is Dr. Steve Crenshaw, Assistant Team Physician for your Jacksonville Jaguars. Here's the latest update on the Jaguars brought to you by Baptist Health and JOI.
When the Jaguars face the Miami Dolphins, it'll be the first of 4 straight games with playoff teams from last season. A challenge head coach Doug Peterson welcomes.
It's a great test. This is what you want, though. You want to compete against the best. Now it's the regular season, and you're going to get everybody's best.
Jaguars will kick off the season with no reported injuries and a roster that's fairly healthy.
You know, we're pretty healthy at this stage. Anticipate having everybody full strength.
There have been a number of predictions concerning the Jaguars' upcoming season. NFL analyst Bucky Brooks sees the team as division winners.
I think this team is well positioned to win the division because I think the culture's better, the locker room is better, pieces of the puzzle fit better together.
At your Jacksonville Orthopedic Institute Jaguar Update, I'm Sam Nelson.
1010XL is presented by Farah and Farah, exclusive injury law firm of the Jacksonville Jaguars. Protecting you and your family. Call 396-5555. Jacksonville. Now, another great guest on the Garber Auto Mall phone line.
Hello.
We can wiggle it. It's Hall of Fame Monday with Tony Baselli. Brought to you by Heritage Roofing of North Florida. Hall of Fame Quality Roofing Solutions.
Let's talk about something fun and sunny and optimistic. The Jaguars open the season this weekend. A great game, a great matchup. We have our own Hall of Famer and good friend Tony Baselli in the booth on the bird's eye view of the unveiling of the 2024 Jacksonville Jaguars. Tony, do you think we'll see more of the Jaguar team that we saw from mid-22 to 23 than we did in the tail end? I mean, obviously, number one, because what?
Can we start a little bit? I mean, come on, this is so.
We've been doing it so much already, though, Tone. I mean, from every angle. I mean, I think we should leave it. It was the most genteel text you've ever sent me.
I was trying to be nice.
He was. It was unbelievably out of character. I get this text from Tony Baselli on set. Understand that if I get
to both of you guys.
Okay. Yeah, if I get a text on a Saturday night from Tony Baselli and the Florida's just done what they've done, it's called embarrassment. It's normally it's not uplifting. Let's just say that. And he sent a simple one-word text. Sorry. Well, thank you, thank you. I felt like a big teddy bear there. Well,
I feel bad because I got
that's true. You're a Gator now. You see how hard it is?
I got 2 daughters. One who's a cheerleader. Has to sit through that for the whole year. And I mean,
it's going to be a long year
for
her.
Poor baby, honestly.
I'm sorry for her.
I feel terrible. Why couldn't she be there when they were winning national titles?
Right. I don't know.
Because we got a dolt for a coach. We need Herbs back.
Something. Tony, I said it. Tony, I mean this. I say a lot of things. You have called me a million times for saying something off the cuff or on emotion. You've called me the dummy that I am. I say this and I mean it. I think that 80-year-old Steve Spurrier could come out of the ambassador's box blind, take this roster, and finish this season 6-6. I do. I think that's how just incredibly incompetent Billy Napier is. Instead, he's going to go 2-10. That's what I say. 2, maybe 3. Oh. Wow, it's a disaster.
Wow. I mean, the fact that we've gone to where we want Urban Meyer back as the Gator coach.
We brought up the ones that won. Did you notice that?
Yeah. No. Listen, it's called. Listen, my team surprised me. They won. They beat LSU.
They look pretty good.
Well, I mean, they looked very good.
It was a good game.
Idea.
Yeah.
Great.
Really good game. Yeah.
Snap of it because I went out with my wife because I promised her I'd take her out. But I had no idea what to expect because everyone's like, are they going to be good? I'm like, I don't know. They're going to have really good skill guys. I'll tell you that much. They're going to have a good quarterback, and they're going to be fast. I don't know if they're going to be big and strong enough to play in the Big Ten and play against a team like LSU. Whatever they did in the offseason, they are way bigger. They're way more physical.
and they might actually have a chance to compete. I'm not saying for national title, but they're going to compete. They're going to be a problem in the Big Ten this year.
Yeah. It was very good. The improvement on defense it shows that you can improve night and day in just 1 year. If you're you got all the reasons. That's the thing about this Florida. People get trapped into thinking that, oh my gosh, these fixes take so long. They're so hard. No.
Not if you have money.
Yeah, not if you and the right guy and the right coach. That's right. Not with money and the right coach.
Yep. 100%.
So, but anyways, I felt for you guys.
Thank you.
It's going to be a long season.
Yes.
It's going to be a miserable season for Florida State fans too. Which,
yes.
I've had kids go there. I've spent money at both schools.
Yes, you have.
At the end of the day, I don't really care how either of them does, but I'm not against them like I once was.
That's
rooting openly for them to lose.
Those are hard days back in the day.
Yes. Yeah. There was a point where I was rooting for them to lose.
It's gotten so bad we're being pitied by the big fella.
It's true.
I mean, it's
we pitied his
who I feel like, Tom?
His team for a
while. I feel like we're playing the Detroit Lions and it's 44-0 and they're taking a knee.
You're taking a knee early, baby.
Ouch.
BC may have taken a knee down there at the 5 last night.
They did.
Take a little knee.
Yeah,
That's
but
okay.
Here's the great thing. The NFL kicks off.
Yes, thank God.
Yes, in 2 days, really.
2 days, baby. Then we got Friday night, which I'm still trying to figure out, like the whole Brazil
plan. I don't understand it either.
That's a bad move by the NFL. They ought to call that. They're telling the players don't even leave the hotel.
There's no market there. What are you trying to capture?
This is a bad move here, boys.
Here's my question: like before you get there, like do not leave the hotel.
Right.
Like why are we going?
You can't carry a phone in public. Maybe as a league, we shouldn't go anywhere where you can't carry a phone in public.
Tell you what, if I'm an Eagle, let's just go to Lambeau. I'll deal with those guys. I don't want to go.
Yeah, like why are we going? Like I can't bring my family down there.
Yeah.
No.
And there's no market there either, by the way. There's nothing. There's no untapped anything there.
Yeah, that's a mistake.
I don't know about that. I was on vacation this summer with and we were at this place. We were in Europe, my wife and I. And it was this big Brazilian family, like multiple families. They were there for some reunion. There was like 30 of them. Really nice people, by the way. Great people. And they were excited about it. And it was interesting. I was even talking to them like, well, is that a great place like to visit? And they're like, well, it's beautiful, but if you come, like, there's certain places you just can't go. I'm like, well, how do I find that out?
Yeah.
I'm like, that's interesting. My point is,
that's a flag.
After they pull the guns, flag. I shouldn't have come here. Is that what I'm supposed to think?
But I don't know. We'll see.
We'll see.
But forget about where they're playing. It's just we got Thursday night football, we got Friday night football, and then the Jags. Miami.
Oh, it's a nice game.
We're gonna find out early about this defense. It's an interesting test. I mean, it's not a test that it's not the beat you up kind of test. It's like can you run test. They're gonna be flying around, and it'll be interesting to see.
I'm laughing at myself here, Tone, because I want to say I have a really good feeling about the Jags this year, and yet I don't want to say that because I had a good feeling about my college team too, and I don't know anything about football. So
what did you have your college team doing this year?
I mean, I thought they could win 7 games. I mean, I thought they could, compete. I thought they could compete. And I feel
one
like
of those 7 was beating Miami.
Well, yeah, you go look at the schedule. You got to find wins, man, and this was an opportunity to find a win. That's probably the 6th or 7th best team they're going to play, and they got annihilated. That changes everything. But back to the Jags. What do you see the Jags winning this year? We didn't do this yet. Yeah,
I don't want to go through every game, but let's just do overall records.
I've had them at that 9-8 spot, but I feel better, and I think this is natural. I mean, but I do feel better about it. I think they had a great preseason training camp. I think they're healthy. I think they got a lot accomplished. I think Trevor's going to take off this. I mean, I feel good about this football team. I feel good from the ownership. I love the owners telling the guys, I expect you guys to win. I love
that.
I like everything. I really do. So I there's little worries. There's worries about the offensive line. And there's worries about who's going to get to the quarterback besides the 2 edge guy. I mean, so those things are. But I would suspect that would be that way for most every football team.
I'll say 11.
Okay.
So Dan, you have 9.
I'll say 9. Yeah.
And you got 11 wins.
I do. Yeah, I think the schedule is very manageable. I trust that this team is a lot more the one we saw. Like I said, that 16-game healthy stretch from 22 to mid 23. And again, if the exact same injuries befall us, I think that it's now more expected of Trevor to not let what happened last year happen. So I would expect, even in last year's circumstances, to make that a 10-win rather than a 9-win. So everything else, I'll say 11.
What do you think?
Yeah, I think Trevor's got to stay healthy, Jeff.
For sure.
Yeah. I mean, I don't think he physically had the ability. Forget about the guys around him. I think they were beat up everywhere, but I think him physically was pretty impacted with his ability to perform. I think, Jeff, I don't know if I agree with you about the schedule being favorable. I think 7 of the first 9 could be brutal.
Yeah.
I mean, if you look at the 7 of the first 9, and I don't have it up, but I think there's like 6 playoff teams in that, or something crazy like that.
You also get back-to-back rookies in London in that period.
That's what I'm saying. Those are the 2.
Yeah.
So I think 7 of the first 9, those 2 in London are.
Indy at home. We haven't lost to Indy at home since like 1903.
That worries me always.
Yeah, it does.
I can always remember my Little League coach as a Little League baseball player, after you haven't hit it for like 3 weeks, he's like, you're due.
Listen, your points are fair. Ask me in a month, because I think they'll go 2-2 in this stretch. I think good football teams don't go 1-3 or 0-4, and I think they're a good football team.
Yeah, so. I guess the question is what do you have them going into London? That's the big
3-2.
Because I think the Colts are going to be better than anyone thinks this year.
I also think they're good. But I say 3-2, and I say you win those 2 games, and you're 5-2, and that's a path to 11. Because if you're good, I mean, if you think they're good enough to win 11, then you should think they're good enough to be 3-2 going to London.
I'm with you. Yeah. I have them winning 10 or 11 this year.
Yeah.
Okay,
is where I'm at.
All right,
and I think it goes down in last 2 weeks. 3 weeks of the season. Who wins?
And this is fun because it's legitimate. It's not. We're not throwing. It's not ifs. Not a bunch of ifs to do that.
No. I mean, I think now the NFL's crazy, and we know this. We sit here every year and we think we have it figured out.
Right.
And some team jumps out. Like no one. I don't think anyone on their bingo card had the Texans winning the division last year. I thought we probably would have said they would be last place.
Right.
And they win the division. So we'll see. I mean, I think. It's a tough schedule early, but you say that you don't really know what these other teams are either, because they're in the same spot that we are. If you go up to Cleveland or you go to Buffalo or you go down to Miami, they're all saying the same thing. Hey, we like this.
Right.
We like this. We think we can win this many games. We're worried about this position, but everyone's in the same boat. They're trying to, because we didn't really learn anything in preseason. Like that's the thing I would disagree with you, Dan, is like, I don't know what I learned during preseason.
Okay.
The only positive that came out of me for preseason is this is the healthiest this group is getting to the starting line that I can remember. So that's great. And
I think Brian Thomas Jr. gave us some hope for the, like he can't.
What?
I think he can make plays for us early. I don't think it's going to be a 35 catch year for this kid. I think he can do some things. So.
Well, I think he's a talented kid. But I mean, I guess my takeaway from him is the route running is probably further ahead than I thought it was.
Okay.
Watching in the preseason games, but I go back to last year. We thought people like you, Dan, and I'm not taking shots.
No,
not
it's
being
fine.
critical, but people like you thought Calvin Ridley was the second coming of Jimmy Smith. I listened to that all camp.
Yeah.
Of how great, and I'm like, well, wait a second, guys. Based on what? 7-on-7?
Yeah.
Based on everyone's. Brian Thomas got behind the Buccaneers. Great. Trevor was sacked on both those plays. He threw it up. We know Brian Thomas is fast, so I'm taking nothing away at all.
All right.
I'm not saying we should.
I thought the idea of using ETN more as a receiver that gives me excitement.
Parker Washington looks like he's a lot more, in.
I don't know how many reps Parker Washington you want to get though.
Yeah.
Because if he's getting reps, he's taking away from who I think is your best offensive player. That's Christian Kirk.
But if Kirk has to go out,
absolutely,
he looks a lot more competent.
It's very positive, Jeff.
Yeah.
I'm with you there.
Yeah,
Parker Washington. I think the biggest thing for me this off season and training camp that I'm excited about offensively is the development that I saw in the preseason and more of the games than anything, because it's hard to tell during practice, is Tank Bigsby. Mm-hmm. Like, I think we legitimately have 2 backs now.
We're back to Tank Bigsby again.
He said this before. He's a big fan, which is.
No, I'm just saying. I think
I know.
I hear you.
We have 2 backs, which I don't like. We talked about this on the show last year.
Mm-hmm.
About 7-8 weeks in, we had a conversation, and I told you guys I am very concerned about the.
You said they were using them up. You were right.
The amount of reps that Etienne's getting, I don't think it's sustainable. They need to spread it out.
Yep.
Because he was having the volume of touches was too much, and what happened at the end?
It
fell apart. We
That's
couldn't
fair.
run the ball.
Yeah.
We couldn't do anything. I mean, we leaned on him too much early. I don't think you have to do that now. I think you can split the carries. Obviously you're going to get more passes. Etienne's going to be I would have him much more involved in the passing game than Tank, because I think he's much better at that. But just running the ball on first and second down, I think you have a guy you can trust now, and I think he brings something to the table. So that to me is positive. But overall, and I don't just say this about the Jaguars, I say about the entire league. I don't think anyone knows.
Right.
I think the only thing we really know is Patrick Mahomes is going to be really good.
Yeah.
It means the Chiefs are going to be good.
You said something. You said something to us. I think it was last week or the week before, and you said, "Ask me at the end of September." And I think that's right. I think that's good. I like that. I mean, it's like, look, it's opening. Quirky things happen on opening Sunday. Hopefully, though, as underdogs, we get the quirkiness going our way and steal one down there. That would be awesome. Because we can play with them. I think it'll be a great game.
I think it's going to be a close game.
Yeah,
I do too.
Oh, I do too. Now, like I think this opening weekend, and we say this every year. Don't get everyone's going to be flipping out Monday.
Correct.
It's going to be overreaction Monday. Oh my gosh, the sky's falling, or we're going to undefeated and going to the Super Bowl. It's like either or. And I don't know what's going to happen down there in Miami. It's opening day. I have no idea. I like our chances. I like how I think we are. I think we'll be able to move the ball against them. I think I like the matchup. I think we'll be fine. But I don't know what's going to happen. It's opening day, crazy stuff. And no matter what happens, outside of us, getting blown out by 5 touchdowns and just looking like we can't, walk and chew gum, I think it's just another data point that we'll learn something about this team. But I wouldn't say, regardless of the outcome, I don't think I'm going to feel like, oh, we're going to win them all or we're going to lose them all based on just the opening day. Because I think that's always dangerous. Now, because I do think, tell me after 2-3, like game 4, going to an Indy game, we'll have a pretty good idea who we are and what we can do.
Fair enough. I'll get started Sunday. You can enjoy Tony, who's in his warm embrace from the Jaguars broadcast booth there in South Florida. Again, appreciate you reaching out.
Thank you, friend,
with the hug that I needed on Saturday. You'll never know.
I feel for you. It was brutal, and I've been there. As a Trojan fan, I've been there. We give high expectations, love your school, think you're one of the great powers.
Season lasted hour 45 is how long the season lasted this year, Tone. 5:45 on Saturday. It was over.
It was August, Tone. Yeah. It was still August. It's over.
September.
We didn't get to September.
There is nothing worse than at the end of that just dreadful experience that you had when you were watching your college team opening day, and you realize everything you've been getting excited for the last 7 months,
countdown.
the build up and the excitement is literally over.
I whisked away my whole Saturday.
I
just whisked away Saturday. I wanted it to be 3:30 so fast until I didn't.
Oof.
Yeah. Well, the good thing is this, guys. You guys can schedule golf on Saturdays.
There you go.
I feel like you're missing nothing. I've
Good
been there
point.
before. Let me just tell you how you handle this. I've been there when USC's so bad.
I like that.
What you have to do is you schedule things when they're playing.
Okay.
Intentionally.
That way you have no emotional tie. You just say, I don't care.
Okay.
If you try to care and try to will them to a better record, you're going to be so disappointed. You'll be sitting in misery every weekend, and you will not be a happy.
I'll pay attention again when we get former Jaguars assistant Lane Kiffin as head coach. Then I'll pay attention again.
Lane Kiffin, I like that. I saw a text thread that Jeff was pounding the table for Lane Kiffin. I happened to agree with him. I thought 4 years ago, when Florida and FSU were looking for coaches, and neither of them went for Lane Kiffin, I thought it was a mistake.
Yeah.
I think Lane Kiffin is the perfect guy, especially in today's NIL.
Yeah, I do too. He's got some swagger. He's got some stones.
I think he's a good X and O guy.
Yeah,
he
for sure.
understands X and O.
All right, Tone. Have a good call this weekend.
Thanks, Tone.
We'll see you next Monday.
Bye, brother.
Yep.
That's the Breakfast with Pacelli. We're back with more. It's Catlin Truck Accessories Tuesday. ESPN's FPI has simulated the entire season. It's interesting some of these records that they've come up with, and I'll let you know if they have the Jaguars. We just gave our opinions. I'll let you know if they have the Jaguars, suggested as a playoff team as they do their projections as well. You're listening to The Drill on 1010XL, 92.5 FM.
The Drill on 1010XL. From the studios of Republic Services, we'll handle it from here. Who brought the house to their feet? Listen to this place. Universal Roof and Contracting presents the Offensive Player of the Game.
Wide open and just what they needed.
Experience the universal difference on 1010XL.
Couldn't be any happier than to be part of the George Moore Chevrolet family. When I say family, that's what you'll be treated like when you head on over to that beautiful showroom off Atlantic Boulevard. You'll find out what I'm talking about. They do it better than anybody else. How do I know? Well, first off, I got my boy Blue Silverado, who I absolutely love and adore. And whether you want a car, a truck, an SUV, an electric, a pre-owned, George Moore Chevrolet has it. And when I say they do it better than anybody, how else do I know? They're the Triple Crown winner of the Best of Bold City, Best New Car Dealership, Best Used Car Dealership, Best Auto Dealer Service Department. Bang, bang, bang. That's George Moore Chevrolet. And if you can't make it over to Atlantic Boulevard, just go to morechevy.com. You'll see all the vehicles, sales, service, and parts. Never been more easy to use. George Moore Chevrolet. Together, let's drive.
Now you can watch 1010XL shows all day on X, Facebook, and YouTube. Brought to you by MyBookie. Experience Vegas from the comfort of your phone anytime, anywhere. Sign up today. Use promo code 1010XL.
Join Jim Furyk and other legends of the PGA Tour for the 4th annual Constellation Furyk and Friends, presented by Circle K. October 4th through 6th at Timuquana Country Club. Get your tickets now starting at just $25 for grounds passes. Public parking is free. And our military get complimentary tournament access courtesy of ViStar Credit Union. Get your tickets today at Ticketmaster. October 4th through 6th at Timuquana Country Club. The 4th annual Constellation Furyk and Friends, presented by Circle K.
Collisions happen on every play in football. Collisions also happen every day on the road. If you need auto body repair, from a $30 job to a $30,000 job, trust San Jose Collision in Mandarin.
Hi, this is Dale Murray with Murray Automotive Group in Stark and Kingsland. Save yourself from those big city dealers and their fast-talking flim-flam tactics. No matter what your automotive need is, we've got you covered. Ford, Chrysler, Dodge, Jeep, Ram, and nobody beats our prices, and I mean nobody. Shazam! Plus our exclusive 15-year, 150,000-mile warranty included on every qualified vehicle. And we'll trade anything from AirPods to fishing rods. Compare our prices online at ShazamAuto.com. Then come see me, Dale Murray. I'll be waiting for you. Shazam!
Home of the Jacksonville Jaguars. WJXL AM Jacksonville Beach. WJXL FM Jacksonville Beach.
You know, car accidents are scary. That split second before impact when you try to drive your way out of it, but you just can't. And suddenly your life changes forever. Your long-term medical outlook doesn't resemble the healthy future you had just seconds earlier. You can't swerve to miss the pain either. If a car accident has left you hurt and afraid, call 396-5555 now. It's time to turn your fear into fight. Farah and Farah, Jacksonville.
Southeast Orthopedic Specialist is now offering ortho walk-in appointments. If you have an immediate need for orthopedic care, contact Southeast Orthopedic Specialist immediately. Avoid ERs and urgent care waiting rooms. For more information, go to se-ortho.com.
Relieve pain and get back to life. SOS. Southeast Orthopedic Specialists.
Hey, this is Bert Cannon with the First Coast YMCA. Youth sports at the Y can help nurture your future athlete's potential and experience the joy of being a kid. At the Y, we're providing a safe, clean, and fun environment with basketball, soccer, volleyball, gymnastics, elite skills training, and more. Best of all, participation in Legacy Youth Sports League is free with your family membership. Visit fcymca.org to learn all about youth sports at the Y.
Hey, Carline here. If you're like me in the fall, you want to watch football, not clean. Enter Molly Maid, voted Bold City Best Cleaning Service 3 years in a row. Molly Maid is reliable, friendly, and thorough. Visit mollymaid.com.
Veterans, did you know VA mortgage rates have plummeted and you can now access up to 100% of your home's equity and turn that into cash right now? Hey, it's Roger Moore, President and CEO of Loan Pronto, announcing our VA Equity Advantage program. This VA offer can get you $50, $70, $100,000 cash out with no junk fees and no hassle. With APRs in the 5s, you can pay off all those credit cards, personal loans, car loans, and get one easy-to-manage payment. Veterans we help save on average $850 per month. And listen, if you're a veteran with a current mortgage rate over 6.25%, we can do a streamlined refinance with no income verification and no appraisal, saving you hundreds a month. At Loan Pronto, we respect what you've done for our country, and we show it. Call now and ask about our special VA Equity Advantage program. 904-999-1508. 904-999-1508. LoanPronto.com. 904-999-1508.
Equal housing lender. NMLS 166-1781. Subject to lender approval. NMLS ConsumerAccess.org.
Here's your Southeast Orthopedic Specialist local sports update, sponsored by First Coast Honda Dealers. Overseas or at home for the Noles so far, the results have been the same with the loss to Boston College on Monday evening. Head coach Mike Norvell still has expectations for his team.
I do believe in this team, and I believe in what we can do, and I believe in how we can respond, because that does not look like Florida State football with what we just did.
Former Gator head coach Steve Spurrier was disappointed with the team's play in the loss to Miami and offered this advice.
Billy Napier and his guys, they need to do some things differently. Can't just keep on going whatever we're doing.
Edward Waters University football team made history as they celebrated their first ever victory as an official Division II institution with a defeat of Morehouse College over the weekend Saturday afternoon. That's your Southeast Orthopedic Specialist local sports update. I'm Sam Nelson.
77 degrees at 8:10. Time and temp brought to you by Bueller Air and Plumbing. Stay cooler with Bueller.
1010XL is presented by Barra & Farah, exclusive injury law firm of the Jacksonville Jaguars. Protecting you and your family. Call 396-5555. Jacksonville. Now, the 10-minute drill.
This is a big one.
Brought to you by Advanced Business Solutions, your local authorized Xerox dealer. On 1010XL.
Let's go, let's go, let's go.
All right, let's do some sports concepts and rationalization.
I do have this ESPN probability kind of report, this FPI. We'll get to that in just a second. But first, the highlights. In case you missed it, the football season has ended prematurely in Tallahassee and Gainesville.
Yeah.
I was going to ask you, which is more disappointing? Like, they're disappointing for different ways.
Different ways,
but
yeah.
which is who's more disappointing right now? FSU fan who's gone from undefeated to 63-3 losers to back-to-back ACC losses.
Yeah.
Or Florida fan who just got the final, no matter who's been clinging to belief in Billy Napier, it's all snuffed out. It's a terrible, broken program that's about to win 2 or 3 games this year.
Well, we're in the abyss.
We're
in the
abyss. It's hard to feel any worse.
FSU got out of the abyss, but they got to be careful because if they go back to 6-6,
they're about to go 6-6, Dan. As sure as I'm telling you, Florida's going to go 3-9. FSU is going to be 5-6 and needing to beat Florida for bowl eligibility, which they'll probably do because there is no worse team in college football right now than Florida. They're terrible. They're the worst team in the SEC. Vandy beat Virginia Tech.
Yeah. Yeah.
I mean, Virginia Tech was a lot closer to Miami.
It's a tough road.
And by the way, to the victors, Miami, he's built a nice little program down there. That quarterback was a huge get. Now the key will be continuing.
Yeah.
You got to get the quarterback to follow, but he seems to be building them in the right way, and they just absolutely dominated the Gators.
To me, the big winners of the weekend were Miami, SC, and Notre Dame. Those three teams all look like
good teams.
And there wasn't that.
And I'll give Vandy a small win for Pete's sake.
Well, sure, but I'm talking about top 12.
The ones that matter.
Yeah, that, could be a top 12 team. I was ticked at the Vandy coach. I was watching that game just real quick. There's a minute to go, minute 15. And the guys, these coaches sometimes they get
more
to that
yards.
line to make, and they think they got it.
No,
and I'm like, get up there. You got this quarterback. They can't stop them.
That's fair.
And so they missed it, and I said, now they're going to lose. And they won in overtime to their credit.
Yeah. And down the stretch, we're going to come in baseball. I mean, I feel like my Braves could have won 3 out of 4 at Philly, but they lost 3 out of 4. The lead over the Mets in the wild card is now a half game.
Yeah.
Braves, you won again last night. The Mets got red hot. The Braves start a series. They got a little homestand with the Rockies.
Well, that's unfortunate.
Well, whatever, man. We've just, the schedule does not benefit either or. It could very well come down to those 3 in Atlanta last week of the season because then we have Kansas City, but you got to go to Milwaukee. So I'm
we
wondering.
have 10 left with the Phillies and Braves. I think that will probably.
You got to go 8-2
in
those. You go 8-2 in those, you'll make the playoffs. I would predict.
Yeah. So it's fun, and for you and I, it's all we got. That's what we're watching.
Yeah, and
until Sunday.
The way my year's gone, I can't help but feel like it'll just come up short.
Yeah. So anyway, and then before we get to the NFL stuff, again, the game last night in FSU and the I don't know how you fix it with again. So much of it comes down to quarterback play. And I asked the guys last night on social media. I go, was Jordan Travis this much? And they pointed out, look, I mean, they lost 4 or 5 other draft picks. I mean,
but
10 guys
Travis.
drafted, but it was Jordan Travis who would bail them out in situations or could get the yards or make the throws, and he really got good. And really the unfortunate thing for FSU fan is him getting hurt. It would have been fun to see
what a chance to
if
see
you're an
what your
FSU
special
fan,
season
you would
have been.
Yeah, you would have liked that. I mean,
you'd had a puncher's chance.
You would have had a chance.
Yeah,
That defense was awesome,
Yeah.
and you would have had a chance to win the Natty last year. And when Travis got hurt,
it's
that
a little
changed
bit
everything.
alarming. I got to be honest. Usually, when a good coach building a program gets to a point of growth where, God forbid, the starter goes out, you're not as bereft as they were.
Yeah.
You needed to have somebody who could still keep winning.
I guess he's 2-9 without Travis. He started 0-2 3 times in 5 years. So there's some negativity there about Mike Norvell. Meanwhile, over in Tuscaloosa, they're like, whew, because they really wanted him, and FSU gave him a nice 10-year deal. So they're going to have to ride with him. But it's still not as dire as what we were facing.
It is in Gainesville.
In Gainesville.
Yeah, in Gainesville, it's Billy Napier has broken the program.
Yeah,
it's broken
over.
and buried.
It's
so shattered in so many areas. This football season on the field is going to fall apart. The recruiting is going to fall apart. And then they're going to be left, I imagine, ultimately with huge anger on their face. Any big name that you want as a Gator fan, they're going to pretend like they go after. And then when all's said and done, they're going to settle for some coach from Memphis.
Yeah.
That's what it'll do. So... awesome new days we're living in.
All right, tell me about the NFL.
All right, so ESPN in their Football Power Index simulated the full slate of NFL games 20,000 times just to make sure.
All right.
So I'm sure that would include various injuries that pop up and different things. And after these 20,000 simulations, they've come up with a record for every team in the league. And
Talk to me.
A couple of real surprises. First and foremost, what we care about the most, I won't drag it out long, got the Jaguars at 10-7.
All right.
Tied with the Texans for the best record, but he's got the Texans winning the division, so the Jaguars would make the playoffs as a wild card. And again, just to hit on what's most interesting to us, as a wild card, the 6th seed, they would lose to the Bengals in a close one, 23-19 in Cincinnati.
Got to win that one. That's okay. I want to get to the postseason, and then we'll take our chances.
And if it makes you feel any better, they have the Ravens winning at the Texans 27-24, so they would also lose. But here are some of what surprised me. There's 2 teams that I think most people are still, well, one is still high on, and the other they seem to be high on, who they have tanking. They got the Bills 7-10.
Oh. Well, that's, again, this is
the Jets 12-5 winning the division.
I love the Jets, boy.
The Dolphins 9-8 as a wild card, but the Bills 7-10, so that jumped out at me.
Yeah.
They have the Browns cratering to 6-11. Now, those are 2 of those first 4 opponents. See, that's how the Jags get to 11 wins.
Well, there you go.
If those things are true.
There you go.
And then just exactly who you thought out west. But the playoff teams in the AFC would be your division winners were Jets, Bengals 11-6, Texans and Chiefs, with the wild cards being the Jags, the Ravens, and the Dolphins.
Okay.
Now, in the NFC, the team that surprises me, they have cratering, the Falcons.
Oh.
I think we're kind of big on the Falcons, especially with some of the moves. They have the Falcons at 6-11.
Okay.
The Bucs winning that division again at 10-7. In the East, Eagles, Cowboys, same old same. Have them both at 11-6, both making the playoffs. Eagles winning the division. They're on board with you and the Bears.
Okay.
They've got the Lions winning the division 13-4. The Packers 11-6. The Bears 10-7, both making the playoffs.
Wow.
And then out west, it's the Niners 10-7. Seahawks, Rams both missing the playoffs, but 9-8 record. So
what's fun about this year with the predictions is that a lot of folks are going to play the odds and not predict Kansas City to win the Super Bowl because they don't. Three-peats are, Lady Luck has to shine. I don't care how good you are.
We've always shuffled a portion of the playoff field, and it feels like it's more shuffleable than ever because, and this is a fact, even if you're unsatisfied with your quarterback play overall is better than it's ever been. There's 25 teams that have a quarterback good enough if everything else is working.
I was flipping through the NFL Network, and two things stuck out to me the other day. They had the Super Bowl on. I just happened to look at it, and it was 10-3 San Francisco. You forget these things.
You do forget. You're right.
Kansas City had the ball to start the second half, and Mahomes threw a pick on their side, on the Chiefs' side of the 50.
Okay.
I mean, you got a chance to knock them out. And they put up this graphic. Patrick Mahomes has now gone 14 straight drives without scoring. I mean.
Oh, in this past.
Yeah, through the play, like against the Ravens and into the with the Super Bowl. And it was like, dadgum, man. He was right, though. I mean, it was no fun for him. But they won. They won because that defense was terrific. And it will go down. Mahomes gets credit for it, but that was they were fortunate to win. But you know what? They went on the road and they beat Buffalo and they beat Miami first. They beat Buffalo. Then they beat Baltimore in the conference championship game. They beat all the good. It's not like, this team got upset, so we got an easy one.
It was the Niners,
they beat the Niners.
right? He's never won a playoff game away from home.
Yeah.
Well, he has now.
And you look back at the Niners. Remember early on they were driving and McCaffrey fumbled and never does that. I mean, so.
By the way, in this FPI projection, just for the record, they've got the Lions beating the Chiefs in the Super Bowl.
Well, there you go.
So big things expected for the Lions. So they'll come back, brunch with a tour. The season is over. We also caller number 4 right now, 641-1010. We got today's 10-minute drill giveaway. Gibby, you tell them what they'll win. We'll be back with more on a Catlin Truck Accessories Tuesday and Brunch with a Tour.
All right, let's let you know what you're going to win at caller number 4, 641-1010. A pair of tickets to see Zebra with all original live members at Florida Theater Saturday, September 14th. Tickets on sale now at floridatheater.com. That's for caller number 4. How about this? For caller number 5, we'll have lunch for 2 for Tropical Smoothie. You can pick that up here at the radio station. We also want to let you know, Jaguar fans, Tropical Smoothie Cafe is welcoming new Tropic Bowls to paradise. Enjoy the new Bahama Mama Bowl inspired by their new fan favorite smoothie and topped with fresh pineapple, strawberry, and coconut. Or dig into the 32 grams of protein with the new Peanut Butter Protein Crunch Bowl. It's Tropic time at Tropical Smoothie. Caller number 5 right now, 641-1010 for lunch for 2 at Tropical Smoothie.
The Drill from the studios at Republic Services. We'll handle it from here.
Players spend a lifetime building their bodies into finely tuned muscle machines.
Obviously, you want your star wide receiver to be in top physical and emotional condition.
Listen for the personal injury attorneys Farah and Farah Injury Update. Jacksonville on 1010XL. Jenkins Genesis of Northeast Jacksonville is now open, and you're invited in as a VIP to tour the all-new facility. Be one of the first 100 people to check out the complete lineup of luxury vehicles by September 8th and see if you can crack the code to win a brand new car. See dealer for details. No purchase necessary. Genesis of NortheastJacksonville.com. And now open on Atlantic Boulevard. Genesis, where luxury is redefined.
Hey, Hicken here. Are you tired of having your carpets professionally cleaned only to have them looking dingy again? Zero Res can help. I'll tell you what, they have the technology. Zero Res uses that patented ZR water. That cleans beautifully without using any soaps, detergents, or shampoos. That means zero residue left behind. And guess what? Right now, Zero Res falling back in time for September. Get 3 rooms of carpet clean for only $129, and we'll clean a 4th room for free. That's right, the 4th room is on me. Zero Res, man. You spell it forwards. Zero Res, you spell it backwards. Zero Res. It's the right way to clean.
Bueller Air and Plumbing presents Are You Cool?
Today's contestant, a dust bunny breeder from Jacksonville, Florida, meet Steve Johnson.
Welcome to the show, Steve. It's great to be here, Alex.
Yeah, you don't have to answer it in the form of a question, Steve.
What is this game show?
See, that's another question.
Are you going to ask me about air conditioners?
Yeah, okay. How about we just send the Bueller guys over and you can annoy them with all your questions? Johnny?
That's right, Steve. Bueller Air and Plumbing can answer all your air conditioning questions, repair options, replacement models, and how to make your AC last longer while saving electricity, making sure you are cool.
Where is the parking lot?
You're killing me, Steve.
Stay cooler with Bueller.
Visit BuellerAir.com.
VSiN's College Football Guide delivers betting previews of all 134 teams with best bets for the playoffs, Heisman Trophy, season win totals, conference winners, and much more. Only on VSiN. Pro subscribers get the full guide, but you can download your free copy of the guide right now. Featuring a betting preview of the Gators, Seminoles, and Bulldogs at 1010XL.com. That's 1010XL.com. 1010XL.com. Download your free copy of the guide right now.
This is Josh Woolsey with Woolsey Morecambe. Woolsey Morecambe is your MVP in the legal game. Our team of skilled attorneys tackle personal injury cases with compassion and expertise. With fumbles like a car or truck accident, we're here to seek the compensation you deserve. Right here in Jacksonville, we've successfully won over $100 million and earned a championship-worthy record. When it's game time, you want a team that plays to win. Contact Woolsey Morecambe at 1-800-WOOLSEY. Offices, Jacksonville.
The coolers are full at your local Gate gas station, making it easy for you to cruise in and cruise out with little downtime. Ice-cold Coronas, Natty Light, Stella Artois, and Michelob Ultra. Don't forget the king of beers, Cold Buds. Gate's got them in the cooler, waiting for you.
Spend lunchtime with the ladies.
Hey, where's your sense of adventure?
They don't cook, but they serve up spicy sports talk.
Sure, it's on the menu.
Helmets and heels.
That is a meal. Switched on by First Coast Lighting and Fans on 1010XL.
Mark Watson with Hardball Creative. Are the company's Zoom calls getting boring? Might be a good time to order some new logo caps or temporary tattoos. Check them out online at hardballcreative.com.
Hardball Creative. Hardball does it all.
Cold beer and good grub. That's what you'll get at Taps on 210. Just a great neighborhood feel where friends and family get together. Check out Taps in the Winn-Dixie Plaza, just west of 95 on County Road 210, proudly supporting our 9 After 5 weekly. Head there for a cold one.
At Hidden Hills Golf Club, we truly love the game of golf. We invite you to book your next tee time here and enjoy a golfing experience that you might not find at other public facilities. Visit us at hiddenhillsgc.com. You'll be glad you did.
It's storm season, and JEA is committed to keeping you informed. In the event of a storm, we'll text and email you about the status of your services. We use Facebook and X to post real-time updates. Our live outage map on JEA.com lets you track restoration progress. And as crews work to restore services, our storm outreach team will be in local neighborhoods to answer your questions. Because as your community utility, JEA is here to keep you safe and connected. Your community, your utility.
Okay, you've decided it's time to sell your home. How do you go from a problem to a promise? Listen, there are problems that come with selling one's homes, but with the promise of ChadandSandy.com, you're going to get there, and you're going to get there in the best possible way. You see, here's the promise. Your home sold guaranteed, or they will buy it. So go to ChadandSandy.com. Listen, lots of stories of proof out there. We're going to get to those in just a second. But maybe you need more space for your office or growing family, or you're worried about costly repairs. Chad and Sandy are the local real estate experts you can trust. We recommend them for the sale of your home. They guarantee your home sold at an agreed-upon price. By a deadline, or they'll buy it. No required costly repairs. Pick your move date. No long-term contracts. You get it all with Chad and Sandy. Don't believe me? Ask Stephen and Marlene in Eagle Hammock. We needed to move quickly to Ohio to be with family. We heard about Chad and Sandy on the radio, and all we heard is true. Call Chad and Sandy today, or go to ChadandSandy.com.
1010XL is presented by Farrah & Farrah, exclusive injury law firm of the Jacksonville Jaguars. Protecting you and your family. Call 396-5555. Jacksonville. Now, Brunch with the Tour. Brought to you by
Clearwater Irrigation and Drainage too.
Brunch provided by Chick-fil-A on 1010XL.
All right, we're not afraid. We're not afraid to put the wraps on a golf season that is 2024 will be known as the year of Scotty. I mean, every single $62 million.
Is that what he ended up with?
Yeah, I believe so. Plus, is the PIP money still coming,
PIP money
Stuart?
Is not, excuse me, a little under the weather.
Welcome to Stuart Moore here, by the way, our friend.
The SVP of agronomy, as one does. That'll be named at the end of the year. Mm-hmm. So should he win that, that's another $10 million.
He already got the $8 million. That was something separate.
He got the $8 million from the Comcast.
He'll get some
top
PIP
10.
money, though.
You're right.
Yeah.
So he's going to get this.
Sure.
He'll end up having a $70 million year. Imagine that. Much more than your favorite basketball or football player.
Did I read this correctly that he's now second already in career earnings, and that made him like 9th all time or something like that.
I don't believe he's second because I think because the FedEx Cup bonus doesn't really count towards those official.
Oh, okay.
So it depends if you throw that in, yes. If you keep it just as earnings on the golf course, if you will.
Okay.
Then that would be separate.
But what a year this guy had. And by the way, this is a year reminiscent of, these are the all-time greats year. This is a Jack, a Tiger, an Arnold. I think I read Tom Watson, at least 7 wins in a year.
He's the first guy with 7 wins since Tiger.
I tell you one thing that jumped out at that
years.
graphic that they showed us is credit Vijay Singh for throwing one of those years in the middle of Tiger's career.
We had that debate, right? Like he's one of the all-time greats.
It's more of a because you could argue this. Scheffler had a Vijay Singh year. Let's see if he had a Tiger. If he had a Tiger year, there'll be 2 or 3 more.
All right, I was wrong. I'm on career money leaders. Tiger, is this right? 120 million. Rory 90. Scotty 30.
Right. And again, that's just like
at 71.
No, that's basically tournament earnings.
Oh, third
right?
at 71.
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
Oh.
Yeah. I think one of the craziest stats is, and kudos to Jack Ryan on our team looking this up.
Shout out Jack.
Shout out Jack. The big
guy. Baby Jack. Baby Jack.
We love Jack Ryan, all caps. The longest streak at number 1.
He's no Rob Bolton.
Who is? Or Mrs. Bolton, who lives upstairs from him. Longest streak at number 1 in the FedEx Cup to end the season. Scotty Scheffler, 25 weeks, basically. Got the lead and then won the FedEx Cup. The second longest, Vijay Singh, 2008, 4 weeks. 4 is the second longest to get the lead and then go win the cup, which, everyone is, this, that, and the other. Like, that speaks to a lot of decent volatility at the end of the season.
I felt like he just kind of came out immediately and made a statement like, yeah, I hear y'all. Shut up. Who's the player of the year again? I saw you do your little montage. Which one of y'all said, the 2 majors are better? Come on, man.
Pig.
Who's you?
You called him Pig.
Oh, yeah. For me, he was a pig.
Well, how about the shank on Sunday, though? You shank it.
That's unbelievable.
Yeah. You go full Dan Hicken on number 8 at East Lake.
Thank you. Thank you so much.
And then you're like, yeah, we're good. I'm going to go ahead and burn it.
In all fairness, you went full Jeff Prosser.
That's fair. Yeah. Could be a good Stuart Moore,
Jeff.
too.
Yeah, I'm the noted shanker of the group. After a fateful
Friday
Stuart, morning.
Again, and it comes up every year, but a lot of, I don't know if it was criticism or discussion about the way it is, the way that we end it. Should we all start from an even spot? Maybe we give a couple guys. Maybe if you're the 1 seed, you don't have to go to the playoff games and you just come to the Super Bowl.
Yeah, it's interesting because like with golf, though, where you're hot, a lot of these guys wouldn't want to do that.
Right.
So I think the kicker is, and the starting strokes has been controversial. I think it delivered, the champion of the year for the PGA Tour, obviously.
Mm-hmm.
But like, what is the equivalent of the Chiefs getting home field advantage in the playoffs in golf? How do you make that up? That's the kicker.
Right.
And so, I think the starting strokes is a little bit, but God, you go out and double
I think it's
first.
the right. I've changed my mind. It's just that he's so good. I mean, those guys had a great opportunity. It took Schauffele 1 hole at a time.
Yeah,
so that wasn't that lead that made it undramatic. It was. They could have all started it even though, and I think he would have finished second. Right, Morikawa had the best record, gross score. But I got news for you. If it mattered, he wouldn't have.
Right.
How about that?
Oh. Wow.
Yeah.
Oh, all right. Hot take.
Pig Scheffler to.
This was the easiest one ever.
What?
Pig Morikawa. I will say this just to answer the question.
Easiest season, the easiest championship.
I think we are constantly looking at the way this thing is set up and format and listening to our fans. And if there needs to be a tweak, we will find that. I don't miss Steve Sands in a white lab coat on a whiteboard.
Yeah, also
doing projections, fair. And it's like, okay, well, Xander won the Tour Championship, but he didn't win the FedEx.
It's kind of some fun. It's like there's some. We make fun of that, but there's also some contrived drama in that is completely missing in a week like this.
Yeah, but if you spent time with Steve Sands, you don't want him crunching numbers. That's not. Listen, I love the guy. Like he's not. Yeah.
Shot at Sandman.
Yeah.
Are you off to Montreal?
Boom.
We are. We are announcing the captain's picks. So Jim.
That's
Furyk,
today.
That's you say that like you have a role, like you're the captain's pick announcer or something.
I mean, I could get Jim Furyk on the phone in 2
seconds
and give you that.
Can you tell us who it's going to be?
I cannot.
Why not?
You got to tune in
the
the
Gala,
golf channel from 1 to 3.
Gala made his
already
way
made it.
Yeah. Who is on the team? Like the President's Cup is like, God bless it. It's just such a stepchild. I mean, it is. It's the Ryder Cup, man. I mean, it just is. They've tried, and have the Internationals ever won that doggone thing?
They won it in '98.
Did they?
We had the
Shame
tie
on
in
America.
We had the tie in '03.
They should be better now. Do they let
they
the
got
live
a pretty
guys
good
play?
team. I got Hideki, Sanjay, Adam Scott, Tom Kim, J-Day, Ben-On. It's not bad.
Well, that's your top six.
Against Scotty,
Asian
Xander.
golf has come a long way since this thing started.
Against Scotty, Xander, Colin, Wyndham, Patrick Cantlay, and Sahith Theegala.
I'm surprised those guys play without demanding to get paid. Those Americans, those silver spoons, I'm surprised they say, we're going to pass on the President's Cup.
Sam Burns is
give us
hot.
each $1 billion.
So he'll be picking him. Who else will he pick?
How many does he get to pick?
How about Keegan? So they each get 6 picks today, right? So Mike Weir goes at 1 o'clock. Jim goes at 2 o'clock. He'll be coming to the Global Home. That's right. We don't call it the office. We call it the Global Home.
Oh,
You're welcome.
out at Tour headquarters.
Capital G, capital
Global
H, please,
Home.
everyone. Yeah, Global Home. Jim will be in there. Mike's up in Montreal today with the team.
Can I tell you who should not be on the team?
Oh, I love this guy.
As a captain pick?
Yeah.
And I would be Max Homa. Shouldn't pick him.
Oh.
He's 12th here on this list. I wouldn't pick Max Homa.
You wouldn't?
No,
He's not played golf in about 3 months.
He's got the driver yips, which is that's a tough.
I'm not
Everyone talks
picking
about
Max
the putting yips. The driver yips
He
is a
gets
really
to
bad
keep
one.
6 or so.
I'll take Batia. I'll take Batia over Max Homa.
Oh.
How about that?
I mean, I got
You know
You
who
okay
might-
with that?
Yeah,
Finau will be on the team.
You know who my
Burns
dog is?
will be on the team.
Russell
Bradley.
Russell Henley.
Russell Henley might be.
This guy, there's something happened with you and Russell Henley in like a curious time of your college life. He loves Russell Henley.
Did you play against him?
He loves him. He picks him every week.
Did you ever play against him?
No, I never played against him.
He's
He's
a professional golfer?
Mrs. Moore is tuning in. Who's this Russell Henley sliding into my husband's DMs?
Oh, dear.
No, he's an incredible putter. And Russell Henley's the guy that gets you 2 down through 9.
Great
And
kisser.
you're like, why am I losing to Russell Henley?
Not say that. I mean, what is going on here?
No, I've been a horse for Russell Henley all year.
Well,
I
Stuart,
think he should be on that team.
Congratulations on your victory.
Thank you. What's my
Brunch with a
prize
tour.
back? I get some Chick-fil-A?
Well, you're going to come speak to my class tomorrow.
Oh, that's right.
Wow, look at you.
That's right.
I
appreciate
love
that.
Pass that buck.
Yeah.
Pass that
Good
buck.
Lord.
Yeah.
How long am I doing the speaking for, by the way?
As long as you
Too many
can handle
questions. You just show up.
Are they going to ask questions? Is this like the generation that actually asks questions, or they just look at their phone the whole time?
No, my kids are good.
All right. If I see one kid looking at their phone, I get to call them out?
Yeah.
Okay.
They won't look at their phone. They're
Oh,
terrific.
beautiful.
They
Awesome.
work hard. It's great to see. It's been a great year on the PGA Tour.
We love it.
Back
Thanks,
to
boys.
football. Good luck to your
And
Carolina
we'll-
Panthers.
Here we go.
Congrats on
Bryce
your
Young.
Georgia Tech Yellow Jackets.
We'll see you in January, I imagine.
Absolutely.
Right?
It'll be here before you know it. We
Okay.
never take much time off the PGA.
All right, cool. Appreciate you. That says Stuart Moore. Another
He's a legend.
Fantastic year. Brunch for the Tour is now in the books. All right, we got a big Lockett Law High School report still scheduled. We are pushing Fred to tomorrow.
Oh, we are?
We're chock full. He's traveling. We're going to do Fred tomorrow.
Okay.
We got plenty of time as well, as we've just been fighting to get on track here with these guests we know that you guys love hearing from each and every morning. It's Cal and Truck Accessories Tuesday. You're listening to The Drill.
The Drill on 1010XL. From the studios of Republic Services, we'll handle it from here.
Hi, this is Dale Murray with Murray Automotive Group in Stark and Kingsland. Save yourself from those big city dealers and their fast-talking flim-flam tactics. No matter what your automotive need is, we've got you covered. Ford, Chrysler, Dodge, Jeep, Ram, and nobody beats our prices, and I mean nobody. Shazam! Plus our exclusive 15-year, 150,000-mile warranty included on every qualified vehicle. And we'll trade anything from AirPods to fishing rods. Compare our prices online at ShazamAuto.com. Then come see me, Dale Murray. I'll be waiting for you. Shazam!
Jags fans, a new Everbank Performance account could be your ticket to London this October. Through the Everbank London Getaway, one lucky winner and a guest will receive round-trip airfare, hotel accommodations, and a pair of tickets to see the Jags play in London. To learn more and for official rules, visit everbank.com/London. No person necessary to enter or win. Open to legal residents in 50 United States and D.C. 18 or older. Entry period for the Everbank London Getaway Sweeps is from 8/5/24 to 9/5/24. To enter and for official rules, alternate method of entry, prize description, odds of winning, and other details, visit everbank.com/London. Sponsor and administrator, Everbank N.A.
Yeah, it's your boy, E to the T. And winning season is back. Football is back, and my bookie is here to make sure you're ready to cash in on the action. This season, my bookie is pulling out all the stops with incredible promotions like weekly risk-free boost on Thursdays, where you can bet without a sweat. If your bet hits, you win big. If it doesn't, forget about it. My bookie will refund you your wager. But that's just the beginning. My bookie is giving away hundreds of thousands in prizes with their Super Survivor and Squares contest. And when you're ready to get started, use my promo code 1010XL to claim some extra cash on top of the first deposit. The bigger your deposit, the bigger the bonus. And now loyalty pays off. With my bookie, the more you play, the more you win. My bookie is the lock of the century. Bet anything, anytime, anywhere, and make your season a winning season. Come on, somebody.
me get this thing unwrapped here.
Praz, what in the world are you doing working on your Duval?
That's right, man. I really identify with Duval.
You live in St. Johns County, knucklehead.
I mean the Duval sub, the Dailies Dash Duval. Turkey, ham, melted cheddar, and habanero jack cheeses. Lettuce, tomato, crispy and fresh, like me. I'm sure there's a Dailies Dash sub that sums you up.
The boss.
Because, of course.
Oven roasted beef, Munster cheese, roasted mushrooms, caramelized onions. It's the boss of all subs. Only available for me.
That's just not true.
What do you mean? I walked in the other day, screamed, "You know it!" and said, "A boss for a boss."
Well, no matter who you are, there is a Dailies Dash sandwich or sub for you.
Go find yours. They may even make you a boss.
I'm sure they will, because it is Dailies Dash.
Where more is better.
And you got that right.
Are you 18 years or older, just got married, just got divorced, or have children? Listen up. Have you done your last will and estate planning? If you have questions, call Matt Hinson with the Hinson Law Firm. Reach him at 527-1700, offices Jacksonville, Florida. And don't let the state decide your fate.
Are you looking for a place to outfit your truck or van? It's Catlin Truck Accessories. For 105 years and 4 generations, Catlin is the name you can count on. This is Keith Catlin, and we know trucks and vans too, from Lear toppers, ladder racks, van shelving, strobe lighting, roll and lock bed covers, and everything in between. If you want quality product and great customer service, there's only one name. It's Catlin.
Who can you count on? Count on Catlin.
For 105 years, you can count on Catlin.
Meet Cheryl. Hey. She's on vacation and lost in the moment. Unfortunately, so is her Chase debit card.
It's gotta be somewhere.
Maybe she lost it at salsa night.
These skirts should have pockets.
Or maybe she lost it at Pilates.
3 and 2 and...
But she's not worried. With the Chase mobile app, she can lock her card till it turns up. Tools that help protect. One bank that puts you in control. Visit chase.com/checking. Chase, make more of what's yours.
Chase mobile app is available for select mobile devices. Message and data rates may apply. JP Morgan Chase Bank, N.A. member FDIC.
Tony Baselli gets up early Monday morning to share a big football breakfast with you.
Some French toast and sausage patties.
Hall of Fame Monday, 7:20 with Dan and Jeff on the Drill. Brought to you by Heritage Roofing of North Florida on 1010XL.
When all you have is a hammer, everything is a nail. I'm Dr. George Bari, and like me, I know you have been bombarded with PRP and stem cell treatments from companies that promise the world and charge prices to match. Or the surgeon that convinced you the only way to treat your injuries through surgery. At Bari Orthopedics, we offer the best PRP treatment on the market with prices that won't cost you an arm and a leg. We also have the expertise to treat your injury surgically if that is what it entails. We can discuss all surgical and non-surgical options with you and make sure you get the best treatment available. Come see me, Dr. George Bari at Bari Orthopedics.
Brackish Vodka, the official vodka of UNF Athletics, 100% made in Jacksonville, is available at all local liquor stores. Visit Browdy's, Total Wine, ABC, Shores, Golden, Sahara's, Golden Ox, and more. Drink our gluten-free San Francisco Spirit award-winning vodka and see why it's the smoothest vodka you can buy. When you drink Brackish Vodka, you support all of our local employees and all the money stays in Jacksonville. Drink Brackish Vodka and live life slightly salty. Proud partner of the Jaguars.
Are you feeling the heat? It's time to cool things down with Duck Duck Air Conditioning. Contact us today at 904-862-6769 or online at duckduckac.com. Duck Duck Air Conditioning to keep you cool and comfortable all year round.
Satisfied that all is well with your business operations? If your IT security and print management is working, you must have hired ABS, Advanced Business Solutions, your local Xerox copier dealer. ABS, Advanced Business Solutions.
Hi, I'm Mac with Baker Glass. If you've got fogged up windows, let me help. We'll replace them with clear, insulated units that brighten up your home. People say we're fast, friendly, and reliable. Just check out our Google reviews. Call me today. Baker Glass. No one treats you better.
This is Dr. Kevin Kaplan, head team physician for your Jacksonville Jaguars. Here's the latest update on the Jags, brought to you by Baptist Health and JOI.
As the Jaguars prepare to kick off the new season, owner Shad Khan has expressed the team is positioned to win now. Head coach Doug Peterson echoes that same sentiment.
He sees what we've done the last 2 years. He also knows, and we know, that we're better than the way we finished last year.
In facing Miami, the Jaguars will encounter the team speed of the Dolphins wideouts, something the team will have to account for, says head coach Doug Peterson.
This is a lot of team speed, and they just know how to attack secondary.
NFL analyst and former Jaguar Bucky Brooks is looking for the Jaguars to exceed forecasters' predictions of only 8 wins.
Give me the over on that prop at 8.5. I'm going to go over top of that.
At your Jacksonville Orthopedic Institute Jaguar update, I'm Sam Nelson.
1010XL is presented by Farrah & Farrah, exclusive injury law firm of the Jacksonville Jaguars. Protecting you and your family. Call 396-5555. Jacksonville.
I've got a ton of confidence in DJ. I think we've had him since January. He's a completely different person and player than he was when he first arrived. So he's got a really good knowledge of our system. I do think coach to player helps a young quarterback, right? So there's an advantage there that maybe you wouldn't have had a year ago.
It's Billy Napier.
Probably made him worse, Hick. Probably made him worse in the time he's been there.
I know. You are talking about DJ Lagway, who, by the way, probably was on the phone with College Station on Saturday night as they offer him a bag to come back home. He's a Texas kid, so it will be interesting going forward and finding out if DJ Lagway stays or goes once the inevitable occurs. By the way, breaking news this morning from Adam Schnipner.
Schefter.
Schechter?
Schefter, yeah.
Schefter. Anyway.
Good, you actually came close.
Okay. 11-time Pro Bowl offensive tackle Trent Williams. Big surprise here. Finalizing a rework deal, so he will have a chance to play Monday night against the Jets in their opener. They'll have both Ayuk and Williams ready to go here for the start of this season. So it looks like Lagway will probably have to play. Mertz got his head bounced off the turf. He had a terrible game on Sunday. It did not look good in any way, shape, or form. He seemed slow getting the ball out, anticipating a little bit tighter coverage. I don't know what it was.
No playmakers you referenced some of you know what I noticed from USC and LSU? Big, strong, fast receivers going up and high pointing balls, getting open, wide open. You know, Napier, for goodness sakes, gosh knows he can't scheme them open, and they're not talented enough athletically to get open.
Right. I thought the Badger kid was okay. I think he's got some potential. Obviously, but you're right. Like Trey Wilson, they can't get him the ball in space, so they like 6 guys covering him. So they're gonna have to figure some things out, whatever. And it's a long way. But the interesting point now is what will Lagway do? And I suspect he'll play. Samford did score 28 and lost against West Georgia. So there's if you don't beat them by 30, whatever. It is what it is at this point. It just sucked the life out of the program on Saturday.
It's hard to be optimistic.
Yeah, there's no optimism.
Chris
Doring, you heard it in Chris Doring's voice, man. He was
right
just
away.
Annihilated.
They embarrassed him too. He's embarrassed. He's embarrassed for for believing.
Yeah.
And Billy Napier said a lot last week. I don't do this all the time, Dan. I played that specific soundbite Friday 3 times, right? And I said it previewing the game what a problem this soundbite is to me. Gibby, you have that soundbite?
Oh yeah.
This is what Billy Napier said before the game, and it just screamed at me, settle down.
Our football's improved. I think
has it?
We've got a formula that we kind of subscribe to. And I think we've improved at taking care of the ball. Creating takeaways. I think our fundamentals have improved. I think we have better awareness and knowledge relative to situational football. Gotten to a point where I think we can play fast. Our height, length, and speed can be a factor in the game.
HLS, height, length, and speed. And where did you just glean all this from again there, Billy? Mm-hmm. From these average football players that you watch practice against each other that you don't let anyone else watch, and now we see why, for just how terrible a job you're doing at developing, scouting, finding, coaching. In a just a flood of ineptitude that's washed us out the last few years.
The Gators were 1 of 9 against the Canes on 3rd down. They had plays that they could have hit, and it was just terrible. It was terrible. There's no way around it. It was just an awful, awful performance, embarrassing, whatever word you want to say. And we'll see what happens going forward. But I would be hard pressed to think he will make it through the season. I really do. I don't know what you're going to do, and that probably will cost you the quarterback. And I do know one thing: you got to have a quarterback, man. You got to have a quarterback.
I just don't know how the offense last year could move pretty good, and and then Coach Dopey down there tell us it's going to be better. They're even better, and then they do nothing. I don't understand.
Yeah, that's
I don't understand why we have 5 scholarship running backs if we're only going to use one who had a knee surgery 3 weeks ago. And I know he's okay. He scored on a run. The point is,
I don't know why you keep harping on that.
I don't, because Dan, Miami ran 2 or 3, and they all do.
And Florida did too. They didn't have any opportunities because they kept going 3 and out. They were 1 for 9 on third down. They had, statistically, you just don't have enough plays to get other. Because the argument has always been, well, why don't we go the hot running back? Or, it's back and forth. But they're going to use the running backs. It's just you can't, if you have no offensive rhythm or offensive plays, you're screwed.
Well, they gave up. I get. No wonder Etienne's gone.
Yeah.
And I'd say it that way then. I got to see some imagination. I got to be something. You got athletes. I'm not saying I want to see a guy carry it 15 times. It's not what I'm saying. We got a whole cast of recruited athletes. The ones that we keep putting out there aren't doing anything. Do something special.
This may not go well, but the Ox Gator is on.
It'll go perfect.
The hotline. Good morning, Ox.
Yeah, why wouldn't it?
Good morning, Guggen.
Good morning.
I'm going to need a moment to address the listening audience.
Okay.
I've been listening and calling this show for a long time, since the days of Henry Hoot, Bernie Daigle, Red Light, Green Light. It's never been this damn bad as it is currently. And there is no hope. We are at the bottom of the sea, reaching for the surface, and the surface is getting further and further away.
Yeah.
The contract that was signed by Scott Strickland with Billy Donovan is embarrassing.
Billy Napier?
Billy Napier. The fact that you have to pay him $26 million to buy him out when he only has 2 years left, and the total cost of that is $14 million. That's criminal.
Yeah.
That is negligent.
Yeah.
That is the reason that not only should Napier be gone, but Scott Strickland should be gone. You cannot – Scott Strickland is 0 for 2. He hired both Mullen and he hired Napier. And I've seen this idiot stand up here on TV. If you guys remember, after the first Florida-Georgia loss that Mullen had, I happened to be flying to Dallas, and Strickland was flying to Dallas, and we were staying at the same hotel. And I bumped into him, and he was telling me, oh, we got the right guy. We got the right guy. I saw this idiot on Feinbaum on Friday telling the viewing audience that we had the right guy with Napier. We don't have the right guy, and we don't have the right guy in charge. The athletic association or the university has become Vanderbilt with a nicer stadium. We have a very, very poor football program. It's great that these Olympic sports are doing well, but when's the last time anybody went down to Gainesville to watch a track meet? When I was in school, it was less than a mile from my fraternity house, and I didn't go watch the track meets. Football and basketball drive the ship.
Yeah.
To some extent, baseball, a little bit of softball now that ESPN's involved. But those are the 4 big ones that you want to be good at. No one cares. Great, we won a national title in golf.
Yeah.
And you stop 100 cars on Southside Boulevard today. How many people would know that? Maybe 2. No one cares.
Yeah.
They care about football, and we are being negligent with football, and it starts at the top. It's got Napier needs to go, Strickland needs to go, and we cannot continue down this path because we are ultimately going to be looking up at Vanderbilt consistently, which is what is happening now.
Have you crafted your email yet to the athletics director?
I've sent him an email. I've sent an email to the Athletic Association. I am waiting. I am waiting because I get a call to donate money about every 3 weeks. And they always say, oh, I want to talk to you about your Gator experience. I cannot wait for that poor bastard that calls me to ask me about my Gator experience.
Oh, no.
Because I know what I'm going to tell him. I'm going to tell him, my daughter, who had a 4.6 GPA, was not admitted, so they could let some Pakistani engineering student in. I'm going to say, call his parents. Go over to Calcutta and see if they'll donate some damn money to you. Because I'm not giving any money.
Oh, boy.
I'm done giving money. I'm done supporting these bastards.
Oh, boy.
Sick
Okay, he's sick of them. Sick like an idiot.
There he goes.
He's sick like an idiot, Dan.
He's not happy. I didn't think that was going to go well, and it frankly didn't. And that's where.
Should it?
And by the way, That's pretty much the sentiment of Gator Nation right there. I mean, and it's fair. Again, all or nothing game, bro.
You know what I would do if it were me, and I'm dead serious.
Uh-huh.
If I were the athletics director, this is what I would do. I said, you know what, Gator fan, I'm sorry, I failed you. We're gonna have some fun. I've talked to Coach Spurrier. He's gonna come down with a whistle, and we're just gonna have some fun. See how we can do this year. And I'd let him coach these jokers blind. I promise you, he'd win more games than Billy Napier would. And then I'm going to let DJ Lagway be my quarterback, and I'm going to go get Lane Kiffin, and I'm going to pay him the 10-year, $140 million it cost me, and let's go. That's what I'm doing.
That's what we're doing?
That's what I'm doing.
All right.
And the recruiting class wouldn't fall apart. This guy is out-recruited, outperformed. It's apples to apples. Lane's finally arrived. He's finally to a point of maturity and experience and success that it's not a risk. It's what there's only a few of these guys out there that have that combination of personality and, the only thing missing is now for him at this stage is you can't do it at Ole Miss. I mean, he's doing the absolute most you can there, right?
Yeah. Yeah.
Who can count on is probably not happy on a Catlin Truck Accessories Tuesday.
Probably not happy.
That's who we're coming for.
But that's, and listen, I'm just trying to look. I don't think the one thing about Lane Kiffin I don't think he's known as a great recruiter. Florida is
Kiffin?
Yeah.
I don't. So
he knows the portal. He's got the NIL figured out. I'm not saying don't get him. He would be the obvious choice.
I'm surprised if I look at the 2025 recruiting and Florida's ahead of Ole Miss. So I would 2024.
Florida's 19. Ole Miss is 23.
Mm-hmm.
Let me see. 2025. Florida is 19. Oh, I was looking at 2025. Let me look at 2024. 2024. Florida's 10th. And Ole Miss was 20th. So now it's Ole Miss versus Florida. You know what I mean? And people say, why would he leave there? And I would say, well, despite the fact that Florida is out of shape and is, old and can't compete with, they're still one of the big boys. You still got 90,000 in there, but they're in the abyss, man. I don't know. I don't have the, you sit there and say, I know what I would do. I don't know what I would do. I just know that
for this year, I just get through this year. I'm not going to sacrifice a whole year of misery, which is what every day that Billy Napier leads them out of that tunnel is going to be.
Yeah.
I'm purging myself of that misery on an interim. We're going to refocus here, gang, and try and get this thing right. We want to salvage recruiting. We want to make sure this is a temporary thing. Coach Spurrier's agreed to do it. Let's go win some ball games. Maybe go to a bowl game and then come back with a vengeance.
Yeah.
Not let this it's a drip of depression every time the dude steps in front of the microphone.
Our football's improved.
Yeah, the hell it has.
We'll take a break. We'll keep it rolling right here on a Super Tuesday. This is The Drill on 1010XL 92.5 FM.
The Drill on 1010XL. From the studios of Republic Services, we'll handle it from here.
Hey, bro, come through today, bro. We got to rap, bro.
There are great plays.
Time's ahead for the first down.
But in the end, there's always a play that stood out.
Touchdown!
The performance-painting high-performance play of the game on 1010XL.
Hey, it's one of life's most important decisions. If you're 18 years or older, you just got married, you just got divorced, you have children, of course you want to take care of your family. That's why I'm telling you about Matt Hinson and the Hinson Law Firm. I'm not the attorney, Matt is. But have you done your last will? Besides getting your assets to the people that you choose, planning also helps minimize income, gift, and estate taxes as well. Matt Hinson's your guy. He's going to listen. He's going to help you with some tough decisions. He's going to provide you the information needed so you're at ease with your choice. It's the Hinson Law Firm. You got questions, reach out to Matty. He's got the answers. 527-1700, 904-527-1700. Offices, Jacksonville, Florida. And don't let the state decide your fate.
Now you can watch 1010XL shows all day on X, Facebook, and YouTube. Brought to you by MyBookie. Experience Vegas from the comfort of your phone anytime, anywhere. Sign up today. Use promo code 1010XL.
Here's Linda Beaver.
Hey everyone, it's football season and we wanted to go to the drawing board to make this year's predictions. Let's compare our two blonde all-stars. Most touchdowns, best pricing in the market. Most passing yards, gives the most for your trade. Most receptions, free oil changes with every purchase. Super Bowl champion. Wow, customer service. This looks like a winning season for everyone. Come see Beaver Toyota in St. Augustine or Beaver Chevrolet in Jacksonville, where you can score big all season long.
Hey, if you want a fun, different fantasy experience, join me on the Underdog Fantasy app. In fact, when you go to Underdog Fantasy right now, download the app or go to UnderdogFantasy.com. You can use this special promo code. Sign up with the promo code Prosser, and Underdog will give you a special to use on your first contest and a deposit offer. Okay? So just use that promo code Prosser at Underdog Fantasy, and you're going to have fun just like me, man. It's just so simple. Nothing complex, no week-to-week management, no long-term vision. Here's the stat projection. Am I going higher or am I going lower? Use all of the research that's available to you there on the app or on the website, and you'll be even in better shape. You can categorize your players, like certain matchups you like or certain players that seem to always come through for you. There's a bunch of different ways to accentuate your experience. So you're going to love the Underdog Fantasy app. Join me there today. By the way, if you're concerned with your play, call 1-800-GAMBLER or go to ncpgambling.org.
Expert Automotive is ready to keep you cool this summer. Right now, get an AC inspection or a system cooling checkup. Your choice for only $19.99. Their gift to you this summer is $50 off any service and a free tire rotation with any service. Their ASE certified technicians can keep your car cool without breaking the bank this summer. Call them at 374-3373 to get an appointment today. Expert Automotive. They never sell greed, only what you need.
DivorceMenOnly.com. This is Kenny Lay of Kenny Lay & Associates. Our firm specializes in representing men in family law. That's all we do. That's our only focus. We can help with all of your family law needs, such as divorce, custody, alimony, and child support. For over a decade, we have helped thousands of men with these types of issues. We even have an appellate division ready to challenge a judge's ruling. If you need a family law attorney, go to DivorceMenOnly.com. DivorceMenOnly.com. Offices, Jacksonville.
I'm with Greg from Cycles of Jacksonville, and it is hot out there. You know that, Greg. But Honda has a plan for you on or off the road.
They do. There are a ton of Honda scooters, Honda mini motos, great for the beach. Also get you out in the woods with a Honda side-by-side. Plenty to do and stay cool.
Yeah, four-wheelers, and you can trick them out.
We can. From stereo systems to big builds, we do it all.
Everything's there for you to see. CyclesOfJacksonville.com online or on Atlantic near Regency. Check out Cycles of Jacksonville.
This is Greg Huntington, a.k.a. The Mangler. I'm on the winning team at Waste Management. If your business needs sustainable environmental services for waste removal and recycling collection, then you can count on the industry leader of WM to deliver results. Go to WM.com.
The flagship station of the Jaguars. WJXL AM Jacksonville Beach. WJXL FM Jacksonville Beach.
Salvatore's famous pizza now in Jacksonville, Tapestry Park off Southside Boulevard. In honor of our favorite player, number 16, Salvatore's large pizza with lots of mozzarella and one topping, only $16. Coupon at salvatores.com. Dine in, pick up, and delivery. $16 for a large Salvatore's pizza with lots of mozzarella and one topping. Coupon at salvatores.com. Tax and delivery extra.
AC replacement? If your AC unit is ready to go kaput, then it's time to call Florida Home AC. With over $3,000 in tax credits waiting for you on select systems, take advantage of it. Call 777-4300. Get Florida Home AC to cool you off.
How wide is the moon? The answer coming right up.
It's always a good idea to compare homeowners' insurance rates instead of renewing year in and year out. Log on to southernoak.com and get an instant quote in minutes.
Our family protecting yours. Southern Oak Insurance.
The moon is roughly 2,100 miles wide, about a 3-day drive.
Southern Oak Insurance. Our family protecting yours.
New and pre-owned firearms are in stock at Beach's Jewelry and Pawn in Jacksonville Beach. Want a new sidearm or rifle? Brands like Kimber, Smith & Wesson, 6 Hour, Beretta. No lines, no hassle. Only at Beach's Jewelry and Pawn in Jacksonville Beach.
Jags fans, our holiday pack is back with a special edition.
Trevor Lawrence touchdown!
For the first time, get a limited edition Trevor Lawrence bobblehead plus a ticket to one of our December home games starting at $78.
Wow!
Whether you're looking for the perfect Christmas gift or want the one-of-a-kind bobblehead for yourself, grab a holiday pack today by going to jaguars.com/bobblehead or call 904-633-2000 now.
Hey, Scarline here. If you're like me in the fall, you want to watch football, not clean. Enter Molly Maid, voted Bold City Best Cleaning Service 3 years in a row. Molly Maid is reliable, friendly, and thorough. Visit mollymaid.com.
Here's your Southeast Orthopedic Specialist local sports update, sponsored by JEA. Surprisingly, for a team that gave up 41 points, Gator head coach Billy Napier thought that there were some defensive bright spots.
Although they did score a bunch of points and move the ball, I do think the players played extremely hard. I thought that they played tough. I thought that they played with good fundamentals.
There weren't a lot of positives for Florida in Saturday's blowout loss to Miami, but the play of running back Montrell Johnson was a bright spot for former Gator head coach Steve Spurrier.
I think we got to give it to Montrell 25 times a game if we possibly can.
The Jumbo Shrimp over the holiday weekend split the series with the Norfolk Tides. With the win on Sunday, following the day off, Jacksonville will begin a 6-game away series this evening, taking on the Louisville Bats. Game time is 6:35. In MLB play, the Rays lost to the Minnesota Twins. That's your Southeast Orthopedic Specialist local sports update. I'm Sam Nelson.
79 degrees at 9:03. Time and temp brought to you by Bueller Air and Plumbing. Stay cooler with Bueller.
1010XL is presented by Farah and Farah, exclusive injury law firm of the Jacksonville Jaguars. Protecting you and your family. Call 396-5555. Jacksonville. Now, another great guest on the Garber Auto Mall phone line.
Hello.
We can wiggle it.
A home run! Touchdown! A monster jam! Good!
They make the plays on and off the field. Now get ready for the Lockett Law High School Report. Brought to you by Lockett Law. Know before you blow.
Somewhere Lee Lockett mourns, major FSU guys down in the dumps like the rest of us. I'll tell you, he's not mourning anywhere.
No, it's good to have options, Hick. That's what they say. Like, It's good to have options.
Yeah.
And our guest today had all of the best options. Heck, took a couple of them, but has now decided on his new college home.
Well, welcome Jamie French to the program. Outstanding wide receiver over at Mandarin High School. They are annihilating teams left
really
and right.
Good squad.
Jamie, how you doing, man?
I'm good, man. I'm good. Can't complain. How you guys doing?
We're doing good.
Great.
Congratulations. The second time around. This time it's Texas. Tell folks why you decided you want to go play college football at Texas.
Man, it's different out there in Texas, man. Like they say, everything's big in Texas, man. Coach Stark, man, I'll say the main priority is Coach Stark, the head coach. He knows his X and O's for the offensive side, man. He's been doing it for a long time.
Mm-hmm.
You're right about that. I mean, with Bama, they sent a bunch to the league. Texas just last year. And 2 or 3 receivers, highly touted into the league. I'm sure you go out there. When you're a recruit of your level, Jamie, and the rest of your class is of a similar level, you got a 2-pronged job here, right? You're going to improve as a college football team, win as much as you can, but you want to make sure you're getting better for the next level. Is that right. Part of how you make a decision?
Definitely. No doubt about that. You want to look at the development piece and how they're going to make you better on and off the field for sure.
Talking with Jamie French, the star receiver at Mandarin. Before we talk about the Mustangs, a couple more questions about Texas. Arch Manning, too. You'll be catching balls from him next year, I suspect. I would think when yours will go pro, and you'll get to play with Arch. Did you get to meet him? And they all rave about this young man. And what are your thoughts about that?
Man, I did get to meet those guys. I got to meet those guys. My April visit, my first time out in Texas, it's a good bond. They know what they're doing on the offensive side. They just wanted me to come be a part of something special, get the bond going.
Yeah.
Obviously, the NIL is a big part, Jamie, of what college football is now. And to a degree, you were, kind of at the forefront of that when it was, allowed here in the state. And then, obviously, it goes forward now into the college level. And I'm just curious how much that comes into play. I don't think there's a wrong answer here, by the way. I mean, there's no judgment here. If I had a kid and he was a top prospect and it was down to all great options, that would become a big factor. So I'm curious, how big a factor that part of it is for you and a ton of other kids that'll be making decisions like yours.
Man, it's crazy now that the revenue streams are part of the recruitment now, and it's just crazy because I see my brothers go through the process, and they're like, man, we wish we had it. So, it's crazy now. So it's definitely a big factor, but not the main factor, but it's definitely a big factor for sure. And it's a blessing to have that in the peak in my age group coming out for sure.
Yeah, congratulations on that. Do they Do you have to like sign a contract, or how does that work with you in the NIL? And does each school like take you off to the side and talk about it, or like or is it different for different schools?
I want to say typically the same for each school. Usually on the official visits, they have like their general managers pull you to the side at dinner or something. Just go over like what you're worth and stuff like that. And if you choose that school, you can sign a contract. Typically, they wait till you get there, though.
Right.
Like, that first week, getting acclimated and stuff, you'll sign the contract to wherever you go.
How much was Texas now in the SEC? Did that help them, help their cause, knowing that you'd be playing most of your college football right back here in this region?
Man, definitely, no doubt about that. The Texas guys, like I said, everything's big in Texas out there. So for sure, they came with a huge margin for sure. With them actually being the SEC now, that's a plus.
Visiting with Jamie French, star receiver at Mandarin High School, having another great year. I guess your quarterback got nicked up a little bit. Is he out for a few weeks is what we're hearing. Is that the case with Trammell?
He got nicked up. Sucks for him to be out, man, but I'm wishing him for a speedy recovery, man. That's my guy. I've been having him for some years.
Yeah.
So it's going to be a little different, but I'm pulling for him always, man.
Yeah.
And y'all are legitimate state title hopes, right? I mean, I guess that's the perfect way to finish off a career.
Definitely, no doubt. We still have the same goal. We got a young pup, Knox. I feel like he's ready to go. Stepped in the door and finished the game for us at AC. So I feel like he's a young pup ready to go. Just have to keep him going.
Yeah. And then, this week you get Sandalwood, and then things, Sandalwood's struggling. So that will be a good game for him to get his feet wet in and go forward. And then hopefully get Trammell back for the, before the end of the season and into the postseason,
Definitely.
Right?
No doubt about that. For sure.
Congrats on everything, man. Outstanding. It's been fun to watch you the last few years. Good luck in Texas. And we'll keep our eye on you. Jacksonville's own Jamie French on the Lockett Law High Score Report. Thanks to Lee Lockett. Know before you blow. Thanks to Jamie for coming on. Thanks to Gibby for getting them. And we'll carry on with some other material now as we move back into.
I have a Shazam spotlight that will involve. Listen, we've talked much about the Florida flop, the Gators floundering. I would suggest it's just as bad for FSU, who also has to eat this big piece of pie, and it doesn't taste good. They were right. You see FSU why they left you out? You see why?
Mm-hmm.
I know it's not completely apples to apples. I get it. You're a different team. The defense that set out the Georgia game wouldn't have. But this is why. FSU without Jordan Travis is proving to be Wake Forest, maybe NC State. I mean, that's who FSU has been under Mike Norvell, and before that, the best they've been is the best that Jordan Travis has been. And the reason FSU wasn't in the playoff last year is because you lost the only reason you could beat good teams. The only reason. Defense could keep you in, but the only reason you could beat good teams was a quarterback who's now gone, and it leaves you with DJ throwing away, an 0-2 record, and just a lot of despair. So today's Shazam Spotlight brought to you by Shazam Auto. As bad as it is in Florida, you own this now in Tallahassee, Dan. FSU, the third team in the last 45 years to lose their first two games as double-digit favorites.
Oof.
1978, Notre Dame lost to Missouri and Michigan. 2007, Michigan lost to App State and Oregon.
Yeah,
let's go, App State.
They're the two teams who won out of the ACC are 0-3.
And looked terrible getting there. Because, by the way, if you are in a misery loves company, as a Gator fan this morning, you do have a few people you can turn to.
Yeah.
You can turn to 321 Noel, the guy who has to eat poop out of a Solo cup, according to what he said about the
MIA, currently MIA.
Yeah, that's right. Tyler from Spartanburg, he's a friend of yours. I'm sure he's got some tough questions for Dabo. Hey, Dabo, your way don't work anymore.
He won't be allowed to ask him. Dabo no longer takes questions.
34-3, Dabo took it on the chin against the Dogs. And then Hokey High, no wonder the cat decided to fly. Virginia Tech lost at Vanderbilt.
Oof. And they were optimistic that Virginia
Tech
would win the ACC.
Right, there's a bounce back here. I mean, considering, so to me, that's the misery index today. It's Florida State and in particular Solo Cup guy.
Mm-hmm.
It's Clemson.
Yeah.
Who suddenly now is yuck.
Yeah.
How bad does suing the conference look for Florida State and them?
You know who we're like right now? You know who? Florida State, dog poop guy, Virginia Tech. You know
Clemson, Dabo.
Yeah, you know where we are right now?
Where?
We're at the Rush party at the Delta House. And they're taking They're taking us into the room. They're sitting us over here with the other guys who aren't getting bids. Hang out with these guys right here. This is a good group of guys right here.
Guys right here. Yeah.
Florida, have you met Florida State?
You freaking dorks.
Have you met Clemson?
All right. The Shazam Spotlight brought to you by ShazamAuto.com. Truck guy here, the Murray Ford Superstore, Stark and Kingsland, another Murray Superstore down there in Stark with some other brands, Dodge, Chrysler, Jeep, Ram. But what great customer service. Just good people, man. From the First Coast, part of the first graduating class at Nice, I believe, my man Dale Murray. And that's what you'll get, that personality, that down-home feeling. Take that short drive and beat these big city prices. That's the Shazam Spotlight brought to you by ShazamAuto.com. Joe Hughes on the phone, so we'll go to break. It is a Catlett Truck Accessories Tuesday on The Drill.
Whoa.
The Drill from the studios at Republic Services. We'll handle it from here.
Duval. That's right, I'm Tommy Mack, and it's all about Duval and defense. Offense, special teams, baby. Check me out every Friday from 10 to noon on Jaguars Today.
Brought to you by Renewal by Anderson Windows and Doors on 1010XL.
Our slogan, Know Before You Blow, applies to more than just DUI cases. Hi, I'm attorney Lee Lockett of Lockett Law. Battery charges can result in jail time and criminal convictions too, so know before you blow a gasket and hit a loved one or a stranger. Drug crimes like possession of marijuana and cocaine will land you in cuffs too, so know before you blow. In a boating under the influence case, you also have the option to blow or not to blow. So know your options. Know before you blow. Go to knowbeforeyoublow.com now. Offices Jacksonville.
Beeson's College Football Guide delivers betting previews of all 134 teams with best bets for the playoffs, Heisman Trophy, season win totals, conference winners, and much more. Only on Beeson. Pro subscribers get the full guide, but you can download your free copy of the guide right now. Featuring a betting preview of the Gators, Seminoles, and Bulldogs at 1010XL.com. That's 1010XL.com. 1010XL.com. Download your free copy of the guide right now.
Does the building you go to work in every day need a little love and attention? Jason Parker here with Performance Painting. Great companies take great care of the buildings their staff and customers walk into every day. If the building you're in doesn't match the vision you have for your company, we can help. Go to performance-painting.com. Our highly trained team makes the difference. Quality coatings applied with pride.
Performance Painting. Hey guys, if I told you I'd give you a hotline of better health, give you more energy throughout the day, give you some help with either chronic fatigue or chronic pain, or maybe even with the libido and sex drive. If I told you there was a number you could call and start the process of turning back the clock, would you do it? 619-3609, 619-3609. That's Integra Concierge Medicine. It's a number I call. The appointment, the treatments, energy, fatigue, chronic pain, great sleep at night. Doctor on Demand Paul Busset is there with no wait appointments that always run on schedule. It's hassle-free health care, and it's you getting some stuff back you didn't know, maybe even perhaps that you'd lost. 619-3609, Integra Concierge Medicine. From crippling allergies, libido, chronic fatigue, find the cause, get your hormones in balance, and go to Integra Concierge Medicine. Do it today.
It was a long off-season, but the NFL is back. The NFL regular season is just days away. It's time. Kickoff week is brought to you by Roland Reach Plumbing, where quality and experience count.
I hope you're ready.
Are you ready? I'm ready. On 1010XL.
Hi, this is Dale Murray with Murray Automotive Group in Stark and Kingsland. Save yourself from those big city dealers and their fast-talking flim-flam tactics. No matter what your automotive need is, we've got you covered. Ford, Chrysler, Dodge, Jeep, Ram, and nobody beats our prices, and I mean nobody. Shazam! Plus our exclusive 15-year, 150,000-mile warranty included on every qualified vehicle. And we'll trade anything from AirPods to fishing rods. Compare our prices online at ShazamAuto.com, then come see me, Dale Murray. I'll be waiting for you. Shazam!
A lot of companies will tell you they're the best. At Custom Tree Surgeons, they show you every time. Custom Tree Surgeons has built an all-pro team. Every tree service professional has years of experience, continually trained and certified. They know what, when, and how to handle any job. It gets done efficiently and quickly by a team of experts. So for tree trimming, removal, stump grinding, and emergency services, forget any name other than Custom Tree Surgeons. There is no job they can't do better. Go to website CustomTreeSurgeons.com. That's CustomTreeSurgeons.com, and let them show you how the job is supposed to get done. fun.
Florida homeowners are going to extreme lengths to stay cool this summer.
We sit in front of the refrigerator with the door open and only eat frozen foods while they're still frozen and put ice cubes down our pants. Whoa, that's cold.
But the most popular and cost-effective way can be summed up by a quack. Just call Duck Duck Air Conditioning. For AC repairs to new installations, you too can beat the Florida heat with Duck Duck Air Conditioning, Jacksonville area's AC experts. Trust the Duck to keep your cooling costs low. DuckDuckAC.com.
Stay in touch with the stars of Coral Gables.
From South Beach to Jax Beach, stay on A1A for the latest from Miami on the Hurricane Report.
Brought to you by Performance Painting. Prepare, protect, preserve.
On 1010XL.
At the First Coast YMCA, you'll find much more than just a gym. We offer many ways to help you be active, reach weight loss goals, and find your inner strength while you connect with your community. Family memberships at the Y include unlimited group exercise classes, childcare while you work out, and youth sports participation. It's easy to join the Y and affordable for all. Plus, the Y is a great place to meet a new circle of friends. Visit the Y near you or online at fcymca.org.
Attention skilled electricians, are you undervalued at your current company? Time to step up to the bigger projects and better opportunities. Join the team at Miller Electric Company, a trusted name in the industry for over 96 years. At Miller, we tackle the biggest projects in the city, offering not just a job, but an experience, top-notch pay, unbeatable benefits, and the best working environments in the business. Please join the team that values your skills and rewards your hard work. Elevate your career to new heights. Apply today at millercareers.com, an equal opportunity employer.
David Garrard here. Playing in the NFL can put a lot of wear and tear on your body, especially your knees. Southeast Orthopedic Specialist has kept me mobile and ready to tackle every day.
Southeast Orthopedic Specialist.
David Garrard here. I've had the PRP treatment from Southeast Orthopedic Specialist, and my knees are really doing well. Platelet-rich plasma treatment may be the answer for whatever is hurting you.
Southeast Orthopedic Specialist.
Homeowners, good news for you. Accent on 4. Listen up. Loan Pronto now has mortgage rates that start with a 4. Prosser here. It's true. Mortgage rates have plummeted. So low, we haven't seen them in a long time. If your current rate is over 6%, you can dump it and lower your house payment big time. Loan Pronto just locked in a homeowner at 4.99% APR. So whether you got your loan last week, last month, or last year, it's time to call Loan Pronto. Even if you're in process with another lender, stop now. Call Loan Pronto. Ask about their zero-cost rate reduction home loan. You can lock in a lower rate with no closing costs in a matter of days, with almost no paperwork and usually no appraisal. And if you act now, you can even skip your next 2 house payments. Call now. Loan Pronto can give you a rate quote in minutes with no hard credit pull and no upfront fees like those other guys. Call 904-999-1508 or loanpronto.com. Call 904-999-1508. Equal housing lender, NMLS 1661781. Owner approved credit, MLSconsumeraccess.org.
1010XL is presented by Farah & Farah, exclusive injury law firm of the Jacksonville Jaguars. Protecting you and your family. Call 396-5555. Jacksonville.
There's going to be plenty of negativity around this program. I understand that. When you perform the way we just did, that's all part of it. But for a football team, you got to stay together.
We got to go to work on the football part. If we can focus on those things and not necessarily what some guy in his basement is saying in, rural Central Florida.
Oof. Yeah, it's just sadness. Sadness at college ball. I just want to get to Sunday.
You know what? You want to get to Sunday.
You got to get to 1 o'clock Sunday.
34-16.
Oh,
no. I can't have it.
I saw somebody did a Madden simulation with the new Madden, the Jags-Dolphins game. The Jags won 31-6.
Yes.
Okay, I'd take that running, right? By the way, if we beat the Dolphins 31-6, we're probably going to go 13-4. That'd be an awfully impressive debut, wouldn't it?
Well,
the other team from Miami was pretty impressive this weekend.
I don't get too caught up in the opener. We missed something last night. Or Sunday afternoon over there in Vegas. Joey Chestnut and Kobayashi went head-to-head.
Did they? That was Monday, though.
And Chestnut consumed 83 dogs. Kobayashi 66 in 10 minutes. Hey, whacked
That's
him.
about where they were when they stopped their rivalry. He had pulled away from him like
Joey's
that.
been trying to hit 80 for years.
Is that the first time he's hit 80?
Kobayashi was able to push him to a record.
That's great.
So congratulations.
I wonder how much they got for that compared to that again, the all-time bad move was by the Nathan's Company in their hot dog contest.
Yeah.
Who won this year? No one will ever know.
No one knows. To the victor goes the spoils. Joe,
Yes,
you
there
have
he
the
is.
con, sir.
Top of the morning, good sirs. Top of the morning.
Hello, Joseph.
And what a great morning it is.
Yeah, it'd be nice. I wish the roles were reversed. It'd be much funner.
It was, bruh.
I mean, you're like
tried
such a
to
blind
tell
acorn.
y'all.
Yeah, but here's why, Joe. Here's why. I hope this is. I'm glad you brought this up because I want to give you a sports life lesson. You can't enjoy. You don't get any credit because you say this all the time, every year about every game, and that's great. That's passionate fandom. But I'm not going to give you extra credit for insight when you say literally the same thing all the time, every year.
Oh,
which is great.
Not like this, bro.
Yeah,
You could
like
tell
this,
there was
Joe.
legitimacy to it
Yeah,
this
no,
time.
Joe.
I
You
give
did
you
the same
I
legitimacy
give you a
last year. You
reason.
did the same legitimacy when Rick had you 10-0. Come on. I love you. You know
Here's
that.
the thing, bro.
Yes.
Yeah, you're my boy. But when Mark Richt first got to campus, what the first thing he said when meeting the team was, "Where the big dudes at?"
Yeah,
he was
that's
surprised that we didn't have bigger guys and stuff. Bro, we got big dudes now.
Yeah.
That ain't no problem.
No, you're
That
right.
is not the problem. Mario Cristobal has built this team inside out, and I told y'all that. I told y'all.
Joe, let me ask you a question.
Yes. Yes, sir.
Tell me about, from your perspective, the bidding war that went on between Miami and FSU for Cam Ward, who is, you can give me all the inside-out crap you want. You have a quarterback like that, it's going to certainly help. So tell me, because FSU was after him as well, right? So how did that pan out from what you heard?
I don't know. Honestly, bro, I don't know how all that works.
I would love to be on the inside of that, dude.
One thing I do know, and I told y'all this before, that guy Ruiz, who was life-wise, he ain't the big player in our NIL. We got a collective that's some real heavy hitters. He's like me. He's a dude that talks a lot, right?
Yeah.
He's got millions and stuff, but he talks and talks. The real collective, I understand they're very good and very organized, and they got some real heavy hitters, and they do it right. I would think that Cam saw that. I told y'all this too. FSU's not good. I told y'all that all summer. They ain't got nobody coming back. They had a great quarterback last year. That was the thing. I told y'all that.
Well, I'm just saying, I understand that. I'm taking you back to December of 23, December 22nd of last year, when both DJ and Cam Ward were on FSU's campus in the same weekend. And obviously they wanted Cam Ward, and I just want to know how that free agency came apart.
Through Mike Norvell.
Dude,
when you listen to him talk and listen to Mario talk, who you going to roll with? Come on. They had a good they caught lightning in the bottle last year. The ball bounced the right way. We had him beat. Our quarterback, who was a true freshman, got hurt in that game. We would have beat him. Clemson would have beat them. They got a lucky pick-six sack.
No, they missed a field goal. Clemson literally missed a field goal. They won the game.
They got lightning in the bottle. Yeah, they got lightning in the bottle last year with a great quarterback. This dude's a fraud. He's been losing 3 out of his 5 seasons have been bad. He had one lightning in the bottle last year. I'm talking about Norvell.
No, I know.
Enough about them, bro. We back.
Yeah.
Go back to
Miami is
that part.
back.
Yeah, Miami's back. Okay.
Miami is back.
Well, you do. I will say this: you don't have, unlike the old Canes, who would have to follow up this with a trip to Michigan, then they might play Notre Dame, maybe Oklahoma come to town. You don't have any of that. You got a cakewalk, man. You just roller skate right into the championship game.
Ball State.
I thought Virginia Tech was going to be good.
No, I know. Listen, I'm not. Listen, do not misunderstand what I'm saying. I'm not saying it's a criticism. I'm saying it's a good year. You're going to do what FSU did last year, I guess, even if you have a couple of games where it doesn't go perfect. That's what I'm saying.
Yeah, our toughest game is going to be Louisville. I told you at the beginning of the year, I think Louisville, we don't play SMU. I think we're going to play either Louisville, Clemson, or SMU for the championship. And we don't play Clemson, nor do we play SMU in the regular season. Louisville is very, very well coached.
Man, I'm looking at your schedule.
Hey,
you're right.
Got hurt.
Yeah.
Let me say this. Our best player got hurt the first series.
Yes, he did.
Cam Ward is the second best dude on our team.
I thought we responded well to Reuben Bain's injury.
Yeah. Took advantage. We really would just chewed up that side of the line.
I thought another brilliant strategic move by the Gators was having Arliss Boardingham block a defensive end by himself. And
ran right over him.
When he ran right over him, doing it again.
Yeah, let's do it again. It didn't work the first time. Yeah, we have somehow hired. Yeah, it's look, you're your guy. When people come at your guy, you hang on and you defend him as long as you can, and then it gets to the point that's indefensible.
You wave the white flag.
Any Gator fan out there that's still defending Billy Napier, I don't want you. I don't.
I gave y'all this insight, bro, and I told the Gator fans when I was leaving. I said, y'all need to drum up this Jordan Rashada stuff, blame it all on Billy, so you don't have to pay him his full buyout.
Get out of the buyout? You might be onto something there. He doesn't deserve a buyout.
Need to do everything y'all can to get Lane
These buyouts ought to have asterisk. There ought to be some parameters to them. You ought to have a minimum expectation. And if you're going to take a job like that and you refuse to guarantee you'll have at least 6 wins in year 3, I don't want you. I mean, there's got to be something.
Hey, Joe, let me ask you a question, because I was talking about this with my Gator buddies this weekend, and we were talking about Florida's always been behind in the game, right? Like, Miami jumped right into the NIL thing, whether it worked or not. Obviously, you got a couple 5-star offensive linemen that Florida was trying to recruit as well, and they've done better. Are Miami's facilities good, great, okay? I've heard they're okay, but they're not great. But it doesn't matter anymore because kids don't care about facilities; they care about money. So I'm just curious
they care about that line, set wages, salaries, and tips. But they're good. We've got an indoor practice facility that's new. They're breaking ground on a bunch of other new stuff.
Okay.
Great dorms and all that stuff.
Yeah.
So yeah,
it's not as important anymore, though. It's not as important anymore. Yeah, right. That's the thing. And
it's really hard to believe that a conference schedule could look like this.
Who, Miami's?
Yeah, and again, more power to them. You can sleepwalk to 11-1. At Florida, you got Florida A&M and Ball State. Then you're at South Florida. You got Virginia Tech. You're at Cal at Louisville. Soon to be unranked Florida State. Duke at home. Georgia Tech, Wake Forest, Syracuse. Wow. Like, you're going to have faced zero at the end of the year. We'll have faced 0 ranked teams.
Well, the thing now for Miami is to be the
top
4 seeds. Yeah, be a top 4 seed.
Yeah, you'll be a top 4. I think, if you're...
Louisville will be ranked.
Maybe.
Okay.
Cal, I don't know.
Cal's no good.
Cal's terrible.
They were struggling with Cal Davis the other day.
No. Cal, no.
Okay. I can't believe Virginia Tech lost to Vanderbilt.
Vanderbilt brought in this Jerry. Is it Jerry Kill in that the Northern Illinois? He coached New Mexico State, right? And he stepped down. He
brought
didn't
the
want
quarterback
to do it.
too.
And like 7 of them. He brought in New Mexico State had a bowl win last year. They're never any good. Well, he went to Vanderbilt and he brought the quarterback and 5 other, and he came as quote an offensive special assistant or something. And he brought all those players. I mean, it can happen fast, man.
Hey, with NIL, Dan, I think what hurt y'all was the reputation. When the Jordan Rashada thing, we had Jordan, and then you guys promised him $55 million, and it was like, nah, we was just playing.
Right.
That hurt your reputation amongst kids.
Yeah, maybe.
They're gonna try to pull okey-doke.
Yeah.
And
I just don't understand. What I'll never be able to understand is how Miami, no disrespect, but how Miami and FSU can pay more for players than we can. It just bugs the living crap out of me, and I blame the school. I don't blame the fan base. I blame the school. The school is allowed. Listen, you got the money. We've got millions and millions of dollars down there. So start giving it to the
new building.
Yeah.
And chemistry lab's probably looking wonderful.
Probably looks great.
You know what I mean?
Probably looks great. Top 4 academics. Go Gator.
It was so hot, bro. They had us up. The seats. I'm never buying seats through the university again. I'm going to secondary market. Man, it was so hot.
Yeah.
It was so hot. At the game, it was kind of like the game was over by the third quarter.
Yeah.
So everybody's just sitting there.
It reminded me a lot of that Zook game in 02 or 03. It was a lot like that.
My son told me, quote, "Dad, my shins are sweating. It's so hot."
It was, bro.
That's true. When the shins are sweating, it's hot. He's right. Sometimes that happens. Yeah.
All right, boy.
All right, congrats. Now get out of here.
Yeah, I'm not talking to you again this year. Not with that schedule. Not doing it.
And it's Jaden, not Jordan. Rashada.
Yeah. Florida A&M, Ball State, South Florida, Virginia Tech, Cal, Louisville, FSU, Duke, Georgia Tech, Wake Forest, Syracuse.
We won't know how good Miami is until December when they play the playoff game.
Because here's the thing. There's no one on that schedule that can get – maybe Georgia Tech is the only one that can maybe get good and
He thinks Louisville will be all
right.
Yeah,
and Georgia Tech, now you wonder, man. I mean, thanks a lot, Boston College. You made that FSU win look not so, special.
Yeah.
I mean, Boston College ran for 290 on him last night, Dan. 290. It's amazing that D-line and O-line return. I know the D-line lost a couple to the league, but those are all-star level players returning. Did they just not practice all off season? Did they stop lifting weights? Do they have no strength program? How did FSU's lines of scrimmage go from a strength to a weakness?
By the way, I wanted to some of the boys down at Grumman Northrop down there in St. Aug.
Okay. Building you a plane?
No.
Oh.
Shout out to a job well done. A man retired on this weekend. after 40 years there, mechanic by the name of, I believe, Willie Cooper Sr.
Oh, Willie Cooper, the former quarterback's dad.
And his dad. Yeah, his dad. Yeah. So he went to Miami, and his brother, Quintavis, I believe, went to Western Kentucky, if I'm not mistaken.
Okay.
So anyway, just a shout-out. And, St. Aug. I've always had a soft spot in my heart for don't mess with the dog.
All about the Aug dog.
Yeah, don't mess with the dog. Aug dog.
Yeah.
This is the drill.
Yeah, you messed that up. Catlin Truck Accessories Tuesday.
The Drill on 1010XL. From the studios of Republic Services, we'll handle it from here.
At Hodges Mazda, we are proud of our solid reputation in the Jacksonville community. Lauren Brooks here. As your hometown Mazda dealer, our high customer service standards and our huge inventory of new and used cars provide our customers a consistently first-rate car buying experience. Our professional non-commissioned sales team always puts your best interests first. Plus, every vehicle purchase comes with 2 years free maintenance. What Mazda moves you? Find out. Visit Hodges Mazda today or shop online at HodgesMazda.com to discover the Hodges Mazda difference.
Yeah, it's your boy, E to the T. And winning season is back. Football is back, and my bookie is here to make sure you're ready to cash in on the action. This season, my bookie is pulling out all the stops with incredible promotions like weekly risk-free boost on Thursdays, where you can bet without a sweat. If your bet hits, you win big. If it doesn't, forget about it. My bookie will refund you your wager. But that's just the beginning. My bookie is giving away hundreds of thousands in prizes with their Super Survivor and Squares contest. And when you're ready to get started, use my promo code 1010XL to claim some extra cash on top of the first deposit. The bigger your deposit, the bigger the bonus. And now loyalty pays off. With my bookie, the more you play, the more you win. My bookie is the lock of the century. Bet anything, anytime, anywhere, and make your season a winning season. Come on, somebody.
Davey Beatrice from Beatrice Plumbing here. A lot of plumbing companies say a lot of things. We focus on what customers say. Like who a few weeks ago, Donna, said the entire experience was the best fix-it experience she ever had. Or Chris, whose hot water went out on a Saturday and he thanked us for getting it fixed that night. Because that's the difference when you hire a real plumber. They show up to fix the problem. So next time you need a plumber, remember Beatrice Plumbing. Because real plumbers fix problems real fast.
You don't have to be a football star to get a signing bonus. The team at Republic Services needs your skills, and they're paying up to $5,000 for you to join the roster. You'll be joining a winner. As an essential business, the Republic Services trucks have not stopped rolling with hourly and weekly pay and better benefits and vacation packages than the rest of the league. Driver trainees, $1,000 sign-on bonus. CDL drivers, $3,000. Diesel mechanics, $5,000 bonus. Join the winning team at Republic Services today. Visit republicservices.com.
Equal opportunity employer.
This Date in Sports History is brought to you by Southeast Orthopedic Specialists.
On September 3rd, 1989, legendary left fielder Rickey Henderson sets American League mark of 50 stolen bases in 9 of his first 11 seasons in the MLB.
Hey Jacksonville, it's Lauren Brooks for Big Chief Tire. Summer is here, and that means road trips, beach outings, and family vacations. Before you hit the road, make sure your car can handle the heat with a visit to Big Chief Tire. Their skilled technicians will get your vehicle in top shape, ensuring it's ready for those summer road trips. Visit BigChiefTire.com or call 904-932-0950 to schedule your summer checkup today.
When storms start to crop up in the Atlantic or Gulf this time of year, having a solid plan to handle anything that sweeps through the first coast is very important. That's where American Electrical comes in. Ensure your home's safety and comfort with an American Electrical home generator. As the area's leading home generator dealer and installer, American Electrical can offer you easy installation, simple maintenance, and peace of mind. Schedule an assessment by simply calling the team at American Electrical. They'll walk you through the best generator for your home or business. Log on, american-electrical.com.
At Cannons of Jacksonville, they know that when you're towing anything, you gotta have products you can rely on. With over 50 years of fabrication expertise, the family at Cannons can repair or install precisely what you need to tow with confidence. Whether it's a heavy-duty hitch, trailer frame, gooseneck, tow bar, or any other towing accessory, Cannons will provide you with unmatched precision and durability. For all your towing needs, visit cannonsofjacks.com, where quality and customer satisfaction collide.
This is Dr. James Perry, Assistant Team Physician for your Jacksonville Jaguars. Here's the latest update on the Jaguars, brought to you by Baptist Health and JOI.
When the Jaguars face the Miami Dolphins, it'll be the first of 4 straight games with playoff teams from last season. A challenge head coach Doug Peterson welcomes.
It's a great test. This is what you want, though. You want to compete against the best. Now it's the regular season, and you're going to get everybody's best.
Jaguars will kick off the season with no reported injuries and a roster that's fairly healthy.
You know, we're pretty healthy at this stage. Anticipate having everybody full strength.
There have been a number of predictions concerning the Jaguars' upcoming season. NFL analyst Bucky Brooks sees the team as division winners.
I think this team is well positioned to win the division because I think the culture is better, the locker room is better, pieces of the puzzle fit better together.
At your Jacksonville Orthopedic Institute Jaguar Update, I'm Sam Nelson.
1010XL is presented by Farah & Farah, exclusive injury law firm of the Jacksonville Jaguars. Protecting you and your family. Call 396-5555. Jacksonville. Now, the Cool Down with Donovan Air Electric and Plumbing. Keeping Jack's cool since 1987.
It's not possible to cool down right now. There's so much depression. Again, it wasn't even September. And we just saw the same football team we've seen for the last 2 years. And it's just, we're in the abyss of college football.
Billy,
and FSU is
right there
0-2.
Yeah.
I mean,
Billy Napier made history. It's the shortest season ever. I mean, this guy ruined the season in an hour and 45. Now, by 5:45, August 31st, the college football season was over. I'm cooled down on living with this negativity nonstop for the next 12 games. And honestly, and say it so, that's crazy. I'd make a coaching change today. I'd bring Steve Spurrier down and just let him have fun. We're going to bring fun back to the Swamp for a year. Come on, everybody out in your tank tops and your Gator script T-shirts, and the ball coach is going to draw up plays. We're not even going to have a game plan. He's going to draw up play to play, and we're going to have fun, and DJ's going to quarterback. We're going to keep things in. We're going to get the best coach we can.
By the way, college football, in this day and age of top 12 make the playoffs and such, do better this week. This weekend, we don't have a great slate of games. We had a really good slate last weekend. This weekend, we don't. The marquee game is Texas at Michigan. The second best game, they say, is Tennessee and NC State. And then we get Colorado, Nebraska. And then we get Kansas and Iowa State. Or Kansas and I don't even know who that is. And then they get Iowa State and Iowa. I mean, come on, man. We got to do better than that, don't we, Pross? Week 2? Give me some games, man. Let's sink our teeth into big games.
It's every year.
I know, but it's different now.
Is there a game at all this week?
The top game is Texas at Michigan.
Well, that's a game, but that's it.
That's it. So, anyway, we'll see. But we'll turn our attention to the NFL. We start the NFL Thursday night. I saw a rumor that the NFL is now considering, and I know it's just a matter of time, that the NFL will take over the world one day. They'll play every week if they can. I think they're now considering, and probably they'll do this when they go to 18 games, which is coming, Jeff. They'll start their season Labor Day weekend. There was a void on Sunday. There has been the last couple years, and the NFL sniffs this out like nobody's business, right? They did it with Christmas Day.
Okay.
So they're going to go Thursday night, Labor Day weekend, Friday night, Labor Day weekend, Sunday, Saturday, Sunday, Monday. They'll just own the Labor Day weekend.
You're talking about next year?
Well, whenever they go to 18 games, I suspect is when they would do it. But they're going to jump in.
Because I think it's a miss not opening this weekend. It's funny you say that. And I can remember as a kid, like Labor Day seeming to be, and I'll give you another one that didn't the U.S. Open used to be a Labor Day Sunday finish?
Yes, I thought so.
I thought so too. So there's some old, I mean, whatever.
Yeah. So anyway, yeah. So it's just a matter of time till they sink their claws into that. They're sending these poor sons of guns out to Brazil, where they tell them don't leave is it Brazil? Is that where they're playing this week? Don't leave the hotel.
I said this before. Why are we going to this impoverished area? What are you doing?
What are you doing? Because there's money to be made. That's all. That's all the only reason, man. It's all about the revenue. So they show their ugliness again, and they'll take Labor Day weekend. That's coming. So just be ready. So anyway,
from the text line designed by Lifetime Enclosures.
Yes, sir.
It'd be so satisfying to see Billy Napier on a stage somewhere and have people throw produce at him like they did in the early 1900s. Eggs, tomatoes, head of lettuce, wham! Right on the face. It was the wham that got me. Head of lettuce, Wham! Right on the face. I'm for it.
You are?
Yeah, checks out to me.
Yeah. I'd like to do some New York City headlines.
Yeah, why not?
We got to do something to lift the spirits around
Cleanse
here.
palate here a little bit.
Yeah. Right off the rip, hyped quarterback already a Florida State nightmare.
Hey, man, DJ throw it away. I tried to tell y'all, man. I tried to tell y'all a couple of things, but I didn't want to go overly negative all offseason. FSU and throw it away, and Florida with what Billy Napier is.
L or high water, supermodel Elle Macpherson reveals shock cancer diagnosis and how she refused chemo from 32 doctors.
Yeah, I'd have to get some intel. I can neither, push or be against getting chemo. I don't know, but wish her
Kristen
well.
Cavallari, 37, says boyfriend Mark Estes, 24, is best sex she's ever had.
Great.
New York
Thanks for
City
telling
headlines.
me. You know who else is proud of that? Your kids, Kristen. I know that Jay was too much of a hellion for you. While you're at it, just tell them exactly how you feel during the whole thing.
WNBA greats sever friendship over Caitlin Clark feud.
I wonder. First of all, there are no WNBA greats, so I don't know what feud has been. Who are the greats? You'd have to tell me who the greats are.
1,000-pound Sisters star arrested at zoo for drug possession, child endangerment.
Yeah, she took drugs. She probably hit a kid under one of those folds. Have you seen these ladies?
A fold?
I mean, a small child very easily, right between the elbow and the well, it used to be a tricep. Under there somewhere.
Oh, boy.
There's some big ones now. Have you seen these girls?
Miles Teller and wife tattoo their ring fingers for wedding anniversary.
I always feel like Miles Teller should be a magician.
Yeah.
He's got two magician names.
Quite the racket. Tennis bad boy offers to take Coco under wing following backlash against her current coach.
Coco Gauff.
Coco Gauff.
Yeah, Coco beware. She went out this
She
weekend.
went out. Not welcome. 2 U.S. servicemen violently attacked in Turkey by anti-American protesters in shocking video. Yankee go home.
Yeah, I'm guessing if I'm in a foreign country and they're protesting against my country, I'm really not going around. I'm just going to steer clear of that area.
Pepsi van nearly demolished by train after driving through crossing. A miracle that he made it.
Well, I was going to say, the miracle there is the word nearly. You get hit by a train?
Yeah.
What a way that would be. Can you imagine stuck
Tis
on a
the
train?
season. Fall TV preview. 13 hottest TV shows to watch in late 2024.
Yeah, I don't know. Was hottest like good or hottest like, I don't know what that means anymore.
Not fun in the sun. Carmen Electra reveals Baywatch bosses told her to lose weight on set. I was told I was too heavy.
Yeah, well, I mean, you're in a show about girls in bikinis. I don't know what the parameters are there. I know this. The 1,000-pound sisters wouldn't have got the role.
Dent the runway. Newly released video shows Delta plane clipping Spirit aircraft's wing.
Take that, Spirit. Spirit. That reminds me of like the scene in Vacation. Oh, it's Ocano Air. Oh, it's Spirit. Out of my way, Spirit.
Brad Pitt girlfriend appeared very affectionate away from cameras before double date with George and Amal Clooney in Venice.
I'm guessing that Brad Pitt would have a hard time getting his girlfriends to be, quote, amorous. Just guessing. What about those two studs out on the town, huh? How they doing? Clooney and Pitt. You think they had any luck this weekend?
Top dog Joey Kobayashi showdown ends with new hot dog eating record.
Yeah, it's good to see Joey have some success. Finally got to 80. Who eats 80 hot dogs in a? Can you imagine that? Like, would you say, and the answer for you is probably a resounding no. Do you eat 80 hot dogs in a year?
No.
Like,
probably about 6 to 10.
6 to 10 all year long. Gibby, do you eat 80 hot dogs in a year?
Not even close.
Not even close?
You do, though, right? Don't you?
There have been times now, since I've kind of gotten off the bread and stuff a little bit, although I'm just failing and falling right back into my good old fat ways. You'll be happy to know, ladies and gentlemen. I'm not opposed to hot dogs like some are. I would probably say that even not eating I've gone way down. I'd say I'm more like 40 now. There have been years it's been 100.
Yeah.
I mean, I'm not afraid of them.
Yeah.
Like some people just don't like them, think they're gross or whatever. I just am not.
I like them.
There's nothing like a good, crisp hot dog at the turn. You go off about 8:45 one morning. You went out with the boys the night before.
Yeah.
You were up late, had a couple watching the game. You get up the next day, you get out, you play that golf. You get to the turn, you're hungry.
How many times have you been to like a hot dog? Like a
like a restaurant?
Yeah, a place that just serves hot dogs.
Yeah, it's
like
been all there. They used the Orange Tree or something like that. There used to be a brick and mortar one that I went to a few times in Mandarin.
Mm-hmm.
I like them. They put the chili on.
Oh yeah, you can get lots of different options.
Yeah, and I've also gotten the chili dog at Sonic.
Somebody said I've had 80 in my life.
80 in their life? I believe that. Hot dogs are polarizing, man.
Yeah.
I'm a redneck, dude. I grew up in the middle of the damn middle South. We had hot dogs were like a staple, bro. I ate a hot dog a day. Kidding me?
I like hot dogs.
I like them.
I'm fine with it.
They're delicious if you make them up right. If you what's your best way to have a hot dog? Your favorite way to eat one? Straight up, just
catch a little. I like to melt a little cheese over it and put some ketchup on it.
All right, there you go.
Yeah.
So ketchup. Some say that ketchup is no bueno on hot dog. Can't put ketchup on hot dog. I'm not in that group. I don't care what you put on it.
Yeah.
I like mustard and I like diced onions, but they got to be small.
I don't mind diced onions.
I don't want chunk onions. If you give me diced onions, so it's almost like a slaw, I'd load it up with that and yellow mustard. We're good to go, buddy.
All right, we think we'll see DJ Lagway Saturday. Does DJ U make it through?
DJ Throw It Away?
Yeah, does he make it through the whole season?
Uyunglele?
Yeah.
Weren't they chanting for Brock last night?
Sure they were.
Does he make it through the season?
Yeah.
I guess the problem is there's no one else.
Well, there's others.
Okay.
They got Brock Glenn. They got that Luke Cromenhoek kid who's pretty good.
Okay. Well, that'd be a good question for Denny later in the week. They need to trade this. I think we've seen what they're going to get out of DJ. They're going to get 6 wins, 5-6 wins. They're no good. But in fairness to him, too, the receivers really aren't that good, and the lines are playing terribly. Like, he misses some. The problem is they're so inefficient in other areas that because he's not perfect, he looks worse. In other words, when they had to play open last night, he missed a touchdown in the end zone, right? He overthrew the kid in the corner. He missed a third down on a crossing route. When the rest of your team is just, you can't miss those, and it makes you look even worse.
Right.
Like the touchdown throw especially. They ended up settling for a field goal that drive. He had a wide open touchdown. There's no one within 10 yards.
Oh, that was a bad throw.
Yeah, they let the guy go. You got to hit those. Those are the problem.
Yeah.
And so they're not. I mean, they got a very low ceiling, I think, with DJU, and it's up to Mike Norvell. Do you want to get those? I would suggest moving on, man. I do the same thing in Gainesville. I loved you, Graham, but we got to get ready for the future here.
900 votes in our Dreamfinders home poll question of the day. Billy Napier won't make it through the season. The winner, 55.7%.
Let's hope.
Is what they say. They say he'll be axed if he loses Saturday. Was second, done after a 4-8 year, 17.7. Would you take 4-8 right now?
I don't. They're not going to get. I just looked at the schedule. I really, honestly think they'll go 2-10.
Yeah.
I think they'll.
I felt like Doring said the same thing.
I think they'll beat Sanford, and then I think they'll just find one somewhere in there because even terrible, Vandy wins a couple games every year.
Yeah.
I mean, I'm not being mean. They'll beat, Mississippi State, Kentucky. They'll beat somebody that, they'll fall into. But they have literally the worst coach in the league, and they may be the worst team in the league.
Way to lift our spirits here at the end of a Tuesday.
Well, that's what we
Gibby.
do.
Now, the 2-minute drill, brought to you by Injury Care Centers, the exclusive provider of BioTarget regenerative therapy for pain. Visit GoBioTarget.com for a location near you.
Hello, Tone.
Good morning.
Logs, Demps, you, ready to roll. Kick this NFL thing off. And dear sports gods, little G.
Yeah.
Please let the Jags be good this year.
Yeah, it's a darn shame for all the Gators and Knowles fans' sake that there was no Jaguars football this weekend to at least potentially lift up the spirits.
Sports guys, little G, don't do me like this.
Yeah. So obviously we'll be getting ready for Miami.
Okay.
That's the plan. Jeff Loggeman in with us, and so we'll get ready for the start of the regular season coming up in Miami on Sunday, week 1. They certainly got their 2 big dogs back at the top of the wide receiver depth chart, which is not a surprise. They're always going to play.
Right.
It's no surprise, but they are officially back on the practice field. They got a bunch of other injury concerns that they got to deal with in Miami before this game, but we'll talk about where the advantages might be for the Jags in this matchup against Miami. They're an explosive team. We'll see how a brand new defense is going to deal with all the things that Miami can throw at you, which is a lot. They will spread you out. That's for sure.
Really fun challenge fun for the fan to watch this one for the Jags defense. It's one that I really look forward to seeing.
Boy, it is a good one.
Yeah, where they
were lighting up any and everybody last year at their best.
Yeah, at their best.
And they weren't there all the time.
Absolutely,
and it'll be interesting as you talk to Logs. These NFL guys are smart. They find a way of slowing down those
eventually
high flyers, right? They look like they're unstoppable, and check back a year later.
It doesn't look like a great offensive line.
Yeah, maybe the Jags can be the first to Got to stop those quick running backs,
Any
right?
chance, Tony, it's going to be less than 20 degrees in Miami on Sunday? Because I noticed they struggled in Kansas City on that cold night.
No chance.
No chance? Okay. Well, that's unfortunate.
Unless you bring some kind of freezer fan or something.
It's global warming, man. I mean, that's not possible. All right, that'll do it to it for us. It's been a Cal & Truck Accessories Tuesday. Enjoy Jaguars today, and we'll see you tomorrow.
What some guy in his basement saying in, rural Central Florida.
The Drill on 1010XL.